ache wamu a enei enkobesie wapem kwa no asanso abesi na chi wamu a wamu susu se enema ka etire dia momo wamu susu se wamu dia wamu bre no ene enyan dodo safo no ena no pay. I am speaking to your soul and mind. Baba chotie Joseph Harrison adano ada waka assembly fa eye long suffering ho. Or say our real blessings often appear to us in the shape of pains, losses, and disappointment. But let us have patience, and we soon shall see them in their proper figures. Joseph Addison. Beba chao dia wonna mu no etoda no abamu abu kamea je sende ene ewiase nyina no abawieye ewiase nyina no adwiri dia gu so ohunu ba bia wo fa wani nkyere se ye begye dia Joseph Addison kan atomu na no peya anka ba hunu se wa haw no aba mprempren apene no a wo si na nei en guasia no enei aben won tamadan no a wo hunu ba bia wo fa wani mfa no wa bre wa yawo engugu die ane ho nkwa ne ba no a aka bomu a enei a ye kasai wo hunu ba bia wo famfa a wo bonya me sobuo no hwe si ejina Joseph Addison nsem wo kan ye no so a o se ensira mapa fa hodie mapa ene da so mapa pem ko wane mu mapa ewo eye wo haw atete otaye amani hunu a ye nam mu no mu etitie no be nyina ne so benya abotre nya abotre na nya akomatoyam na hye wo ho nkuran se sa wo haw na aba no etwase ba ne asia enu nti enai wa bamu abunu kan na hye no so se etwase si na die ntia sa wo haw no eba ye no ebia na wonim eye die eba aba be pagya wonu monyamo eye die eba aba be bie kwan surunku bi dia mawo eye die eba ama woso na akataro ankataso no yetimi awa dia firi woso na woso yetimi ahyeren entitie wa haw bia mu no utoto ni amazia ade foforo ye enepa ebrew wa yaw bia mu no ototo ni amazia ebetimi apagya wadrum pempenso papa bi chese enkogu die bia mu no ototo ni amaye na anya botra abusua ebia na sa wo haw no aba no eye wo haw a eba be bie kwan kese bi dia mawo ebia na sa tete na wo na mu no eye ne eba be bie woni na fei ahyewden na watemi apema kɔ wani mu na enkunim dia ewo wani mu no onsa timi yaka ba cho san fa to so man biem enti anopai ye gina de Joseph Addison eka ye ne so o say our real blessings often appear to us in the shape of pains, losses, and disappointment. But let us have patience. Nyabutre, kwakuma to yamo, nyabutre, and we soon shall see them in their proper figures. Abusia, ebi auto ade odwam. Eni amano de kodwa ye nto, aso ye wo hata. Emwa babu mu. Adanu adama me bia no oton mo. Asemu a wakan ya ye de hye ho enkuran. Wase Dedi kan won no emo no kosi eye baabi a wo ton ade no. Abusia, wo bi amba metobi. De to so mienu, wo sesa ne nsa no, emo no anu ade kosi won a ya nto no, wo ya ne mutuo. Sa da no wo bi amba metobi. De to so mi ensa, emutuo no, wo de nsuo fraye, ehunu ye, ema ne da ne rice water. Na da wode rice water no kosi baabi a oton ade no saa da no edomu a ebufa so ebe ton rice water no na eburu na adwene ne nti ase so etikai na hye no so se uto na mo bi na de dikai no ankoyi a emwa ba mu wo haw beba amanhunu beba wataye beba enkobesiye beba abusua kawakuma to yamo na pemu ko wanimu enkunimdie ho ma wo a wo haw wo yaw atete enmguase enkuguodie beba wo mbepem afamu. There is always a light at the end of the tunnel. Interopay Joseph Addison say, men can say our real businesses, our real blessings often appear to us in the shape of pains, losses, and disappointment. But let us have patience. Nyabotre, nyantobuase, nyabotre, siabotre, tobuase. And we soon shall see them in their proper figures. And I pay, ejinawe so, na yamawache, na yasansu amuwakwaba. Let's join the conversation live on all our social media platforms. And you know, Facebook, Western Diamond TV, YouTube, Western Diamond TV, TikTok, Western Diamond TV. For WhatsApp and a text message for 0248071174. So 0248071174. So Ebra. Anope, good morning.
Yeah, in 2016, I saw for Imam for almost original party. The movie was 8 years, Janko Moody. And then what the other was so be a no Tima party now with Jaya, your quiet young Pananaso, near Panacho. Yet a committee, Ira Magupi, and net down said, Yenim and conformably can't at the Contia, Yenim Punim, our Batunum. Never so, as a party, let's say now official report. You will sampa.
And by the four crackers, Adia Cochina, Yanchinia, Yantia some Pufana, Yanchini. And Yabatia some Pufro. The Bachawa Danwada and member of parliament award. Old Tafo Pankrono, Honorable Vincent Kwasefua, a petition the Supreme Court to say President John Dramani Mahama and Yanamo 2 hours as ya would to Nenam Swamana suspended the Chief Justice and yet walk up interpretation from the Supreme Court with regards to certain articles and other provisions a 1992 Constitution a ban say ye Chief Justice be everywhere. Na men samno ko piem wo Supreme Court no there's a ni na ansa and a President John Mahama etu anamon bia na ye nyina esusu se anamon president etu no ene watiatia Supreme Court no enhyehyeye so enti Honorable Vincent Kwasefo asanso atintim petition biam de sanso de koye na enrada ewo Supreme Court no a judges baako enum na ekwa asetena na ba jotie wa mkwa asetena wo eye ensem no so no ene enko wiakire no Supreme Court no by a 3-2 majority decision one more dismissing the injunction application filed by MP for Old Tafo Pankrono challenging President John Dramani Mahama's decision to suspend the Chief Justice. I don't know. Now, enkomo ekọ so enrada ewo eye Supreme Court no. Na enkomo ba ko bi wo hwa a abusua set a precedence bi na manfo ka say we there eye conflict of interest. Now in any case, ya ka say conflict of interest as ya say. Eye tiawa se bia anamontuo bi ne wo decision bi. Ewo ginaye bia ye simu no. Ebe kwadi ama wan kasa wo mu a wo ginaye na ye sinu mu. A general, the acting Chief Justice, Justice Paul Bafo Bonnie. Wabo money and yet or empanel judges for this particular case at the Supreme Court. Number 2, the man somebody me a ramon say the acting CJ every constituted a panel hearing Justice Tokonu's case, you know. Where we are no panel no one no every constituted you know. One asanso din ho ahyem enti no judges and our panel enumu no the acting chief justice no enso eka ho bi
iso frena ojimiso
abusia baby aniama aka kono se empanimfu e wo mamu ade aka bi wo mu anso de ankasa say judiciary no will be polarized. Yes. We will have a very porous judiciary. And then the executive ebe controlling the judiciary. Nekoko ba sansua. The implications are the beba. And you know, and rather it was Supreme Court, you know. Justice Paul Bafo Boni. And then the acting Chief Justice. Panel I want to see Samono no anonso ekahubi. And the former Attorney General Godfred Yabu Adame Aswadi General na so catch your court and say baby a eniema eka kono there is going to be conflict of interest because anti-CJ and positioner Mami to kono na oholdu no ene wano na aba oholdu na eba ne say na nipa area sa position no abaye otisu adi ama no prekope no wasan so ka wo a wo tena se no matie suspension case no wasan so ka ho bi and clearly we are issues are Godfred Yabu Adame raising and very very legitimate issues because you can't tell me say Zabia and Nea can say me per se you will be every baby or one na enkakran mana mo ntuo ne me nkomodi ama pani no a wada adwuma na no ayi sa nipa na wa suspend sa nipa no na wode me aye acting na ne yase eniema nipa na ya suspend no aye no yenkotena se na yenkasa mfa wo na yenhwe kwan pa ye de sa ensam be fa so a na me no a ye de me act no ya sa so de me akwa ka wo se me metie ensam ni bi na me nso me nkire ma adwen fa wo Wozuzu say and yet make say aha monsanso every state here nipa na ya pamono na na. That was what happened yesterday at the Supreme Court. And it's a shame. It's a shame. Baby o my Ghana air kakono say sa pa na ya de airwa. It's a shame. I don't know. And the name Old Tafo Pankrono Member of Parliament, Honorable Vincent Eko Asefua. By the Supreme Court, by a 3-2 majority decision, at this message, injunction application or filing, challenging President John Dramani Mahama's decision to suspend the Chief Justice. And to the court and rather elsewhere, me pa cha obehwa ene city no nya hoade kakra ene ya ka say I think that $1 is to 13 cities and afei some 85 pesos bi ne ho enkro ne ba na ba chotie city no egeni grounds kakra was not dan go gufu ado e na ejina some 14 cities and coins bi egu akire but ene ati about 13 cities, some 85 pesos to $1. From Obuansu, Adia, Adanwada, Swati Kakra, and Ukwa the various pump stations in one. A liter of air petrol, and yeah, baby, I may buy me fire, me check a air board no so na Swati about 13 cities, 13 cities, 80 pesos thereabout. A bin so, 14 cities no one on the back. There been so 12 cities ne some 90 pesos a liter. Nani nyina munu anya sa niema we nyina no esi city no anya hoaden kakra atibi agina $1 na animu afen so fam obuo enso aba fam kakra ye bi say ho se so ampa se sa niema no nyina no agina na nan so city no again grounds fam obuo nso so ten kakra ba adentina eniema ya dato e wodwa so goods and services no still eboa no e da gina soro wo ma machine economics no e de na mo waka fa sa eye sa trends yi ho yankwa ama no so nyani nkomote wemra Yes, okay, Dr. Eric Buachi Yadom, or a senior lecturer, Department of Banking and Finance at the UPSC. Yankwe, na yenini nkomo, wamudu wama kwadare ewo economics mupa. Because, sir, from Ubu ba for moi. As I say, I reflect it, ewo enyema bua, yeto wa memu hanaso. Sidi no suna huwa deno, age than a nice one. It should reflect. But what do we see? Obeko Gasuna Niama Buo Edaso Edding. Doc, Anopelti and Ka, good morning.
Many of them marching and none of them.
Now,
never see a phone.
Very well. Saboko, dear.
Oh, I rather the young country.
Yadanyamiase pa. Doc, dear Dika, my annual agreement to them for a year. The economy in general. Some 4 months in here under President John Dramani Mahama. So far, economic indicators, you know, saying show positive growth, and I say that noa nanado ejay and sa pepepena at that year.
First, we didn't count ever boss. Say share economy, share number one. See there, and near my boy, air cost or alpha. Number two, I share exchange rate, especially see the any dollar, or more, I'm saying a CTA. And these are the two main measures of economic indicators. You'll be able to hold here, necessary account, near to move for the measures of the extra month in a month. Where near maybe a book. You know, inflation and Africa, see the year to put to near Mamma, relatively no, and around 22. A mouth, dear, but this first half of the year, coming. I think relatively never boss the cost or no I stable the entire so there but I stable and number two see the no any dollar no Osha after see the nenya hoden kakra depreciation especially in the first quarter of the year biano and I see the no then at a form. As I say, the Breton name Eddie Bronya, a fair chair mono. I think a BHH or Modia and a company and so on, among any gun of Fobia, Omodi Jumawa Hanonso. First, yeah, I am not profit or maniano, and now much dividend and my pressure to me about Sydney. So, but this year, I said that and who is that. It's just relatively, the indicators are pointing to the right direction. Not yes, sure.
And you know, Dr. Bacho Bow, and you know, we know, and in Naswano, yes, first quarter BR of every year, Biano, one more, any amount for a year, Juma Mufram on a bay, more memoirs, Sika says one the call in dollars, Ayana, and Mreno Elson, yes, one would be a continue, dollars no e chrome enti no cedi no your local currency na ho de no be gira na nice so sabe penalty e doc
yeah me kan yeah and say first quarter of the end almost the musical call
okay
and they are non the pressure but cedi no so
oh okay
but this year all those first quarter of the year no still the city now then a cost of them can make it the reason why we are experiencing that now
okay
and so I never be and ma city now then a big and answer better about form and sir Edwin can now be such a man penino na who them and answer no more than bo and ama city stability na actually abana the name of the person oh sir Oman John Mahama ebedi ade the budget yankasa on share that implement and after na why say so the aid or the go akwemu and we cannot say exactly say abano any maybe a why and after policy be or the aba and ama city no ahode no air cost. There are two things that is anchoring the city stability. Number one, U.S. economy, and Donald Trump, friend trade war, or yes, in our economy, the dollar strengthen above across the world, over to the international market. And in general, in the U.S. economy is suffering in a way. Emma to me, Emma Homoden, sending not coming, almost from Homoden. That is first. And to will be already the person is down, so the person is defeated in a way. And they are no contributing to the city strength. Number.
Hello, Doc.
Okay.
Yes, Emudao.
Okay, you go reservoir and say Bank of Ghana governor or Dr. Siama for account them now. There were enough reserve. There was some gold purchase agreement that was started some time ago, around 2023, to be able to cushion Ghana's gold reserve to give back into the city.
That's right.
We have purchased enough gold. Maybe we can say gold board dying, and a gold board is some few weeks away. A few weeks now, the gold board buy.
That's right.
How much gold have they purchased? Let's ask. But the Bank of Ghana's measures so did go acquire some time ago to buy gold from local miners and dealers to cushion the gold, to cushion the Ghana citizens, and no more emphasis on the year who are at Mama Sidino, Edina Fapim, and after Sidino, now we are benefiting from the gain. But as to what the government has done here, who can tell me, say, this one or two policies will have been implemented? But we cannot point to one because the government is now at the implementation stage of its budget.
I see.
As you like, the city stability, I think that it is fair to credit it to the previous administrations, the administrations that were put in, also the general environment.
I see. Now,
so in the city now, there are three major things that determine number one, global demand and supply. So we call global obviously, because we buy the refined product, to go to Harvard and refine it. So we buy the refined on the world market. And if we are turning on car, obviously, because we are open on the open market, that is number one.
Okay.
Number two, government taxes. Number three, exchange rate. And the answer is it's a fact global market now. The prices have been relatively stable in the global market, and in some cases prices are coming down. So economic activity US the demand for oil and down cost will be great, and to ensure that entry and the price volatility. Number two, taxes, new taxes there price are and taxes are the same as we had the previous administration. And then number three, there was exchange rate. The exchange rate in air from there, then obviously a trigger a downward trend in the
okay.
And the exchange rate benefits now is the same thing that is influencing the price of a fango bona who's a eco form recently. And interlinked.
Okay. I think the major question was say fam wo buo e ba fom a wadaro ma nyina nim pefe se wo mamu ase ne to fam wo buo mu a affect bi bia buo e wo Ghana ha sei fam wo buo ba fom sidi no nso enya ahoden egina ne nan so nkakra but amanfo se ye kodwa so a ye kodi dwa ene ma ne buo no se ne etie dadaada no saa e na etie. Even though fam wo bua ba fam sidi no nso enya ahoden. Doc, as an economist, ade na air trigger sa ade we.
Uncle Komham, yes, they need the culture of reducing prices. The best we can do is to maintain it. And we shouldn't expect prices will fall drastically on goods and services. And Ghana and Crawford other entities. And now when so I say a short term, there is a wait and see. Say price a full air for me. And then yeah, see the highest stable. Yeah, how long it will go because yeah, okay. So now, but I won't talk now. Aside, I will say the market reaction. You have to wait a little. And what I was saying is that we shouldn't expect.
Hello, Doc.
This will be. Hello.
Yes, sir.
And the American said, I have no. When for my short term, and say there 2 weeks in the another 1 week in the price number form, not not 2 weeks, that's our cost. Now it's about the 2 short term, another market wait and see to correct itself. And never more air copper, but relatively no, very stable.
I see. And you know, and they are say. From go board the beko for mo sidi ni benya ahoden so no affect anampo no yen ye to ade ye ti o mamu ha ye di dwane ye to ade no enya ade a ye benya esunsunsanso papa bia wo eye ye mbotomu
that and me me say that me ask sir
e ba san so ase doc enye ana a price regulation, any price regulation. I bet say amount for kitchen say or enter to or more any muscle. The price of goods is more demand and supply related. The China market is a market determined. Now some years ago. Now the policy rate and also the Bank of Ghana rate about charge higher rate. Because we leave it to the market determined without any central government intervention. I may have been say 1 or 2 Niama a bit in artificial. But a Niama may share by themselves the rate about from your number 1 cement and iron rod. These ones are easily influenced by exchange rates and inflation. Okay.
And to cement and iron rod and also name this year down there. Price drop on there. Also, you to me share and near muscle a bit in article. But I will call market. I call just what I call may shut down that the price will fall by any means.
But doc, you just cement to the then government Africa Kunyano in 2024 ya no na a bag of cement no baby 80 baby nso 90 cedis and you know the anbo dem kwa na 90 cedis but 4 months ya President John Mahama betina kunwa isu na cement buo ene baby 130 baby 140 baby 145 and you know wadaroma fam wo buo ne see the exchange rate ni we no ejina ne nai so no o make reference kra se enka bibia bo mpo eso ente anka cement ne iron rods bo de se eso ete but aya the other way around that cement bo ne iron rods bo no esoro kwa na eko. What do you suggest government no eye na yetimi enya eye enema bo a anampo no seed no a enya hoode no so mfaso at the construction industry?
Yeah, that's a construction industry. Idea, man, now are focusing in that sector. Instead of say maybe investing in government treasury bills, any other, then people are going into that very sector. The demand, high. Now, when you say drop in inflation, drop in the exchange rate, and now what's the ultimate trigger in that particular sector? So I'm thinking, if the government should intervene directly in those sectors, cement, but especially iron rod, born about 100 cities from 9,000 to around 8,900, only 100, which is so small. But abandonable to me, Eddie, directly to talk to the producers and importers of iron rods and cement. Because within 4 months now, cement board get free 90 cedis to 125 and 130 cedis. It's too high.
Yeah.
That's all. Rent back or so. Dance so ebo ayeden. That in that case, and I think that man also to me young baby now to me directly intervening with the market players.
Yo, Doc, you beja mo akọ but me kai pa former trade and industry minister Honorable Kwabena Tahiru Hammond. Yera KT Hammond. Na braso no wo na adwen se oberegulate wo produce cement wo memu ase na wo share process na se no mrase bedwafie yete ensem a ene NDC MPC wo ho ekaye wo se anamonto na papa na etu no wo begu cement industry na adwuma wada roma enei eho akohia se yetimi etu saa anamon no enti no efutuo be na ade ma womo a enei woma ba ban mu no in opposition ni omo kan ye na ene omo ba ban mu no ne abesense omukon mu
answer aban bon wo opposition and all can different and now ba ban mu so and all can different. For example, gold purchase ya opposition na NDC opposition mo ka ya no omo ba ya no na omo hu se gold purchase ya the pa ya tie whole gold board to take that function from Bank of Ghana. The Gold Board are performing now. They are going to regulate the sector very well. In the same way, I think that sector of producing of cement, they should eat the humble pie and set up a committee to look at how that sector can be regulated, because we cannot leave it to, and most of the producers of cement are foreign companies. We cannot leave it to them to determine prices, how, and charge margins how they like. And we can also say someone ton at the price of a boka. We need to be able to have a regulatory body in terms of standardizing and bring the price that the ordinary Ghanaian so it is not too late to go back, and they should go back to that discussion.
All right. Dr. Eric Boachi Yadomano pe mayana se obre no wadaji wenya ede amaye. Very well. A senior lecturer, Department of Banking and Finance, UPSC, Dr. Eric Boachi Yadom, and common. Some 15 minutes gone past the hour 7. And what say? Yama NDC for no, and yam hunti as yepreko pese. Fam wubuadu tafra, and they so atiaba from Kakrano. Enya ben we na ye bibi. Sidi no nso a enya ahoden kakran enya ben ye otisue na ye bibi. Yemfa credit no emma aban a na wote so de dada obesen ko ye na do Dr. Bawumi aban. Enhye yom de gu apono so no na enei aban ete so aba. Because we implement any policy bia no a ene ayekasai ebema sidi no enya ahoden. We implement policy bia ebema fam wobo eso ate aba fam kakra etino credit no should be given to the former administration arodan kwakufuado and Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia ambemuone wom aban, and the all cano yeti ase because gold purchase agreement nkoa no ene ya ka say a show up Bank of Ghana gold reserve no oti ase ena fam wobo so no say gold reserve no gold e wo ho no ye de support yen currency no a eye de ya ade miensa na niema miensa e constitute ma eye fam wobo e kosoro na di kan eye exchange rate etino say yen exchange rate no gold purchase agreement no etimi aboa ma yen gold no abe bebre na ye de ebo yen seed no akiri domo a eye de ya eye say fam wobo no e ba famo, and on the world market no so no yanyante ye any increment and increase ye crude oil buomu etino ade ne de ehihye ya abandada no ye de gu ho no na aban eteso aba etino. That is it. Abusia ye to aso de amaw me pa chaw President John Dramani Mahama ene ya kasai area CJ no Ghana for we gari bottom pa wakaso obeyi no na enam saa na montuo we so no I encourage nipa bi mu se oyi CJ no e de free ho a and the Electoral Commission chairperson nso no when you free ho tiabiam say wo to na mo waje petitions from Ghana for bimu a say yenyi chief justice en free one na so ama na suspend chief justice no na was set up a committee ya say empuo petitions no a ene ekwan mu abie say ye sha asia so to na mo say the current electoral commissioner say ono so ye no ho adwuma ne yi free ho ene ya ka say Imani Africa atro petition ten de akwakodan sraje say we investigate Electoral Commission for breaking some rules. Number tie as a serious country democratically ye bu oman no say yes ye tenase ye hwehan ama any petitions ahodo bi a hold water just enyina so bia nimu president oteso ebeje atuma hu ne say nyina so bi wo mu na wagina so suspend chief justice no a ene ye bia kwa na to say womo omaka aban a oteso in opposition ebo trimu po before mo say womo nya tumi no ombe yo mafiri ho no ye bia kwa da tum enti no Imani petitions surge to investigate Jane Manson-led EC for alleged constitutional, statutory, and administrative breaches in sale of electoral equipment for scrap. Can you imagine this? Said the NTR. And your petition is Raj. And the NSC. Yes, say. And EC at Bomoding at home a electoral equipment at the Amas scrap for. And you know, Edian pana wo my Ghana yeje. Are this enough grounds to petition Sraj say easy aton electoral equipment say oh no oh my Ghana baby ya ka kono ya nhwe ya adin sem bebrebe no abeba Mama can petition mu sam kakran fama na yempem nkoya ni mu but ye ne ye lawyer for bi mu so bedi nkomade afa another Supreme Court 3-2 majority decision a womo dismiss ye honorable Eco Vincent Asifua ne injunction application no e bedi hu nkomo kakran nso na ya hwe bia susuan de broad ye ho no enso ebetimi akogu entino we petition from the Imani Africa to Shraj. Now with your indulgence, you know, yankin kaye emusem kakran fa mau. Or say this morning I directed that Imani files a petition to the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice to investigate the Electoral Commission of Ghana for constitutional, statutory, and administrative breaches in respect of its conduct in the infamous fire sale of electoral equipment for scrap. The public may find a copy of the petition here. You know, what the petition, a copy of the petition, at to online. I say, in our petition, we lamented that the Electoral Commission conduct in the premature retirement and eventual disposal of tens of thousands of laptops, digital cameras, printers, scanners, and fingerprint verifiers has been motivated by a conflict between its duties under various laws to judiciously apply the resources of this country for the good of the citizenry on the one hand, and its tendency to make decisions favorable to various commercial vendors and transactions on the other hand. Furthermore, we stated our belief that the EC's most recent conduct has been necessitated by a need to curtail transparency and accountability, and thus was motivated by a collective conflict of interest and potential corruption. By its actions, it is attempting to erase inventory records and physical evidence of the blatant falsehood it has told over the last 4 years regarding the purchase history of expensive electoral equipment. We asserted our long-standing claim that the EC's electoral equipment is a portfolio of multiple items bought and refurbished at different intervals between 2011 and 2019. That portfolio does not uniformly date to 2011 or 2012 as the EC has falsely and persistently claimed, and could thus not be so uniform, obsolete as to warrant a fire sale to mysterious bidders who have kept the prime portions of themselves and discarded the rest to be used as scrap. Ghana cannot continue to be milked in this fashion. And you know, one more estate a year and near Maudu Amujina say and a sraj and modern na or investigate a year the Electoral Commission. And on a year the discarding and then the sale of a year BVDs and also a whole some ebe PMU I say and a whole lot. And clearly, the Kenyan said enti near ye wo man no eya na near your man Ghana sisi ya no eye ana eya na eye near your man eye NDC in opposition eka say wo ba wo target EC chairperson ene yeyi eye chief justice na fi suspend no it require them enti no wo bia swade a na a petition say and EC so next time say yeyom efri ho. How can you tell me say as a serious country petition ya petition srage say and EC no allegedly wamo breach constitutional, statutory and administrative you can say sale of electoral equipment for scrap. At where bread and butter issues are now where priorities are and pray o man Ghana esi ani so ana me kwa ba betwa sa nkobo we so ma me ne lawyer Bismarck Oredu Bernard Oredu or a private legal practitioner yan na eni nkomo councilor no pay good morning.
Well, my name is Bismarck Nindi Opepa, and today I'm Kwame Redu.
Me of answer the Kwame, and me of no precope.
Kwame Redu, Rebecca one.
Very well, very well. And lawyer Kwame Redu, and pay Bokodi.
Oh, Namiatum, Bokona, also no chief way.
Yes, you are dumb, a tear for near your phone, and so a hoya pa. Right. Lawyer Enra and Honorable Vincent Akwasefua MP for Tafo Pankrono constituency. Etintima petition at the Kodan Supreme Court. Enra court in the Kwasitinano and by a 3-2 majority decision. Wama dismiss injunction application wa MP no file no. Wadaroma minim said and follow a case no. Dear a buy any ruling I want to buy in no eto saying you're breaking it down ama a tier for near phone so and your muntia sia you be can say
but that's it when we say we feed is today a buyer a pensem na in na issue
right
send you can no Supreme Court kwasetna na asetna nyina no ko wi sefua era honorable case or the court to say Article 146 na you President Edidi Jumano. And Shemubia ese banemaye and President Edidi Juma enyeyi into Supreme Court in Chichum. Yemra pono nso no ese emra bia wo Ghana Supreme Court ne ka ho. Se Ghana ni bia adwen se entiase bi ni ma Article 130 of the Constitution man ho kwan se of a Supreme Court. Now, Professor Supreme Court, the same for interpretation, bra. Na Pin, the same for inchichimumbra. Saquino and a mona na era as if for a two. In the Supreme Court, no go sue a dia 7. You should more an inchichimum beba Article 146 no. A bit minions will transfer an amoa, your man penny GM, A2 Chief Justice no. If it's nkyerɛkyerɛmu bi ba sɛ ebi ansa na Chief Justice President betumi suspend no ɛyɛ sɛ President ne yɛ sei na sɛ President ne bi do hɔ no wayɛ dedaa na afei nkyerɛkyerɛmu na Supreme Court de ama yɛn no ɛyɛ akɔyɛ sɛ anyɛ applicable to the President ɔno nso na ɔyɛ mampanin nti na yɛn mpo koraa mimi deɛ madwene mu as lawyer no maka sɛ nka President koraa no ɛnsɛ sɛ ɔpere ne ho ɛfiri sɛ 146 na wode gyina so ɛyi yɛ maame Chief Justice no saa article 146 na nso obi de akɔ court sɛ ɛpɛnkyerɛkyerɛmu ɛna wonim pefee sɛ ne Supreme Court bɛka ɛna ɛyɛ mmara nti wɔ mampanin no wonim sɛ Supreme Court ne de nkyerɛkyerɛmu ba a ɛyɛ sɛ wodi so nti yɛbɛtumi aba ne sɛ anamɔ a President wotu fa 146 no ho Supreme Court betimi ne nkyerɛkyerɛmu aba sɛ ɛnyɛ saa anamɔ no na ɛyɛ sɛ wotu nti sɛ nka yɛwurasefo ne lawyer fo mpo ankɔ file injunction a kɛyɛ sɛ President na mpo hu sɛ anamɔ wotu no ɛyɛ sɛ at least ɔtwentwɛn ne nsa kakra na wotie ne Supreme Court no ɛbɛka nti yɛwurasefo ne lawyer yɛ ɛhwɛ no na President ɔnyɛ ne saa anka normally lawyer bia bɛka kyerɛw sɛ yɛmfa ne sɛ wode asɛm kɔ court na asɛm no kɔdan court a anka namon bia wotu fa asɛm no ho no ɛyɛ sɛ ɔtwentwɛn so ansa mmerɛ mu yɛka sɛ asɛm no sub judice ɛkyerɛ sɛ abɛdi judgefoɔ nsɛm a wɔhwehwɛ mu nti anamon bia wobɛtu wɔ ho na ɛyɛ sɛ ɔtwɛn na wotie nkyerɛmu ne judgment a ɛbɛfiri asɛm no maba ɛti ka me as lawyer mpo ne lawyer fo bɛdwen sɛ nka yɛwura President kɔɛ sɛ wohu sɛ saa na nkɛyɛ sɛ ɛteɛ ɛwɔ mu sɛ ɛnyɛ mmara ketee deɛ asaa na practice ne teɛ sɛ asɛm kɔ court a at least yɛtwentwɛn yɛn nsa so ne ahwɛ neɛ court ɛbɛka na yɛwura President anyɛ saa ɛna asefoɔ ne lawyer fo kɔɔ sɛ wɔ ɛneɛ ɔmo kɔ na ɔmo ayɛ application Supreme Court sɛ asɛm na yɛde abɛdan Supreme Court no yɛwura President egu so ɛɛtu ho anamɔ nti nka Supreme Court no nhwɛ na momfa injunction ne etwika sɛ ɛfɛ ne taboɔ ɛnto ɔmampanin so no nka nkyɛ sɛ yɛwura anamɔ a wotu yi use article 146 no yɛde abɛdan yɛn sɛ article 146 anamɔ no a wotu na ɛnsi pinti nkyerɛkyerɛmu bi wɔ mu a ɛsɛ yɛde ba na yɛn Supreme Court nso na Ghana mmara ɛma yɛn kwan sɛ yɛn kyerɛkyerɛ mmara mu nti tobas na ewie a na nka baabi yɛde ba akɔtwere no wato aso nti ɛno na yɛ injunction a asefoɔ ne ne lawyer ɛde kɔɔyɛ na ɛno a BBC yɛ na mema wetiefoɔ nkyɛmu kakra wonim sɛ yɛ suspend yɛ maame Chief Justice ɛyɛ the senior most Supreme Court judge yɛwura Bafubɔni ɛna ɔate nti wobɛhwɛ a yɛn Ghana Bar Association kora yɛwura Bafubɔni baayɛ na ɔse cases biara yɛ maame Ngetwi Toko no ɛma judgefoɔ yɛfrɛ no assignment of cases woyɛ Chief Justice a una wohwɛ sɛ cases ba court a wobɛka sɛ ɛnkɔ judge wei hɔ ɛnkɔ judge wei hɔ anaasɛ judge wei ntina so as part of your administrative responsibilities wodaadaa nneɛma a woyɛ as Chief Justice no ɛka ho bi nti na yɛ maame Ngetwi Toko no ayɛ bi deda yɛwura Bafubɔni baayɛ a wabɛsesa no nyinaa sɛ cases a na yɛ maame Ngetwi Toko no asan nyinaa ɔreassign no foforɔ nti cases bi a yɛfile ne fresh biara no yɛmfa mmra n'anim na ɔno a ɛnkyerɛ court a yɛmfa nkɔ judge a wɔntena so ɛnyɛ ne bɔne so ɛyɛ functions a Chief Justice ɛbɛtumi ayɛ nti wɔakyerɛ sɛ papa no ɔpɛpose no adi paa ɔpɛ saa acting Chief Justice no adi paa because ɔbaeɛ a nneɛma ɔyɛ nneɛma kikikikikiki nneɛma bebree kɔ Supreme Court registry ne adeɛ kora transfers kakra kɔ so a hwɛnsi ne kwan sɛ ɔnyɛ as acting Chief Justice bɛno kyerɛ sɛ post na yɛde ama no no n'ani gye ho a ɔdi ne yie nso enti yɛde asɛm ɛbɛdan Supreme Court a yɛfa Chief Justice nsɛnsɛm ho a yɛyi na ɛnsɛ sɛ wotena so bi because you are benefiting from her absence and sadly way a natural thing you cannot be a judge in your own case you are benefit because my meaning you are and now you act that's right and the my meaning sense my bedan will say kwan the my meaning faso no enye kwan panti Supreme Court nhwem oso betina so bi na se we obi abeka cho say ene obetena so bi dia asem bia e de be bia bebagu be say maame maya una chief justice we chief justice nso a circumstances and conditions kakra bi wo ho a na oni ye nyina hu se djuma na chief justice na wo pe enti lawyer Godfredamika say oh my lord ehwe ni mu a we acting chief justice and chief justice ya ye ni sense mu na beto wanim enti e bia obey conflicted kakra shikasa no bebo am ye ka so be conflicted that wadwin be yo e bia benu kakra enti nka we de ora tinasena mafofo emehye wanem Supreme Court judges mu ye makomako 13 sisia enti no 5 na one panel enti say 7 Prah hodida enti we de nka twonhona mafofo emetena so and Supreme Court nipa 5 no call sitting no call chambers omu take a short break omu baya nipa 5 ni nyina say emfa ho papa ntina so see unanimous pa ja lawyer for the ebu Supreme Court na yen cancel bi mfa Supreme Court ho ana no enche bia Supreme Court kwasitina no mu decision ye unanimous party kofo bi at one being unanimous say na yemu bi de yajatum esi ne court na kanano then ye we dia na ebedi so enti justice bafubon is number 2 asem so enen ye decision so na ne nwanwa asem ne say ye ko wie no ajaji for enum no na miensa say yentumi ma president yentumi fa tabo into president so me no so say yeah, the thing is so by Supreme Court no and nothing na almost set it as odd numbers. And yes, assembly team apply into assembly pie court. Judges no baako miensa enum enson enkon 11 do baako. Sa no mo Supreme Court cases na sa na tie. Either judge baako, judge miensa, judge enum, judge enson, judge enkon, judge do baako. Send ya bibia no, ometimi take a decision. Send e be ya empire. In the Supreme Court by nipa miensa say ye de taboto ora mahama so a enye ntonko so antu na mo odi chief justice no me no so say oh asem na ye dia bedan no ye hwehwemu a ebia na nsunsu so beba o president na ma o tu no nti adwen mu de anka jai at Supreme Court the majority decision na ekasa enti wa Nibisa Osha, any part 3 no muka say president into us, no sha any 2 no must president to us when you know. Osha justice Bafubon Obeko Hifa.
And yes,
Nibisa, no one your lawyer on your dialogue and say me Bisa.
And yes, what I come here and San Juan almost say, and near I can say, young cause was suspended chief justice. No, yes. And then I move because there we Supreme Court judge. We will be your lawyer crowd, but me predict baby Abeko. Yeah.
I'm penny and pounds so now for you. Yera, Papuboni, Yera, Unicolendi, and Yama, Yera, Amadu Tanko. Woman on me Supreme Court judges me and say, almost say, almost say the assembly better Supreme Court to say on you and so. Mampeni twaso eye ne opeso ye na fa chief justice na justice Kewira Gewu ene emame professor Henrietta almost there president we die obuansa maye ndi asemunwie na wo de di asemunwie ne kasa article 146 no funu bia ni hu na fa so pepepa no we enso eja the majority and they take a decision over Supreme Court. In me, no some more kind of day. No, na me say, me no more yarding. If you say interpretation of the bano, a bit many and so and I'm more president too. And so me and Sana Kano, I Europe, money acting chief justice, Udima Court, and say GM to us. It's in a cobayan.
But counsel, we know a year, dear. Who and I say judiciary ne ya kasa nipa enyo mujidie enya no na de eba wo hwa na mon ya and ye CJ atu and I say anamon ya president Mahama nso atu ya enkonko ya se ebedu ba bi no Ghana fo no gidi omwo e wo court no mu no so betia ma na ba fam kra
me lawyer anti nka ho no bebre because I say na mesmejuma say na kakra meka wo ho ne say de bia da no nipa ni bie ene say ndey wa premier match nsem radio stations aba TV stations aba presenters bit so omo training before church wetie nsem a ekosumu the Ghana Ghana enibie inti yentumi intake omanfo for granted all the time ebedu bebi no Ghana for mom homer so ebia na ankoye judiciary pe ebia na ankoye police service pe ebia na ankoye electoral commission pe ebia na de how kese na abrega na ntimi kakra meka ne say wo leadership positions and omo di omana no omo kan hu say even 10 years ago and I say 15 years ago na Ghana tie na ntisa and be na ye more some years ago radio stations near the emba bebre sa na when nya GBC 1 and nya GBC 2 unti o mani mu nsem and e bobo ba ya na other stations back home and e bia so almost every district capital ubenya radio station ubenya good presenters to say wa omutimi frɛ enimdifo omutimi din cheche nipa Ghana fo e wo language bia eye ba bi omo wo no fo no enti nipa ni bie kakra meka ne sɛ omo ye de tumi ahye omo sane ho se Ghana ni bie ni ba na so omo to aso yese ne ekoni ya sɛ ya banti ye be chief justice because ye can work campaign platform so a ebedu ba bi no manfo na be sɔre wo mpenifo so na enkowie nyina yi nti it is a good concern our raising. But my comment ni say ni penny be Ghana. In fact, yeah lawyer for inkra. Me di lawyer about 10 years. First, court no one say why your case no catch your client say court here next week. Then we ya no bisa or to say judge ni can say ni na adintia. Ni penny be o. Inti esi ehwe ye aso man na ye hu se na ebetu ya na mo. Nti kakra meka no.
Council ma yana say etino 3-2 majority decision and they are dismissing injunction application or filed by
Kwamuda honti
president and Twasu one year no anyway council ma yana say no pay pa yami shall be bribi pa so why all right etino lawyer Bernard Kwame Redu ena yene na di nkomo no oye a private legal practitioner it clearly acting chief justice conflict of interest pa because say nipa no aye na free ho no ye na free ho e de wo ba be ye acting e ba ne say na ye kwakodi asem we fa say nipa ne ho no what chief justice acting chief justice no wona enei o reconstitute a panel no now san so de ho eka ho who does that hey ade anchi yanka me cancel bebrebe pa wa me ade anchi court asem so de ho o go karu anka ni ya wan hwa wanya asem was udunu wa wonti ase o etina ne na ekoso nyina no Yara justice Paul Bafuboni. And you beg us now utachire elde. Say yenyi ma mini free because we are a senior most a Supreme Court judge. Bebua. Huh? Etino ye na free na wonso anya kwan anya no dode because say who act as the chief justice e dey ya President Mahama Odobeba and wadoba you retire on your salary. Waka 1 year penal pension. And Tinkaweno to sana more papa bi na fa save the image of the judiciary. And I feel why would just look at this. And for the first time, NDC for no na wamu gu Ghana ha. And yet nanado dan kwaku fuado etesono. Ya ko Supreme Court na and ya court no ebubo mu a. No, that's what unanimous one. No. This time around, no, unanimously. You say, Godfrey Yabu Adame ensem wo raise ye ni nyina no ye mpia nto baabi na ye ma eye acting chief justice no enka panel ne ho bi enti no by a unanimous decision ya boy ye ensem a Godfrey ye bo adame epagya ye no ato agu enti no we were expecting the NDC people say one back on Facebook no makotro unanimous FC e de agu. You are not being truthful and honest to yourselves. What my ben is saying the tan sa no. Send a command dey eh wo me papa. And come out dey na utu obudi. Other than na come out no unko din say wo me unanimous FC. Nambe tua nipa bi mu ka okrom ha pa. Nambe tua nipa bi mu ka o memu ha pa. Etero no. Some 43 minutes gone past 7. Western Diamond Television, Won to me Radio, Western in the morning, Juba DSO NE. Bebacho, and then President John Dramani Mahama, and 120 days social contract with Ghanaians, and then expire. Now, you can't say, and then Obe address here, yeah, Ghana for no, I want the 120 days social contract. No, you are creating, if I see a change, some more become. Bebacho, you be say. And now, sir, 120-day social contract in a bury, you know. Abushia, are you impressed with the performance with regards to promises are on one make here said when you to me in the first 120 days, you know, near Wobetimi Adi Aye Enie. Are you impressed with it? In any case, promises in the do send our Timmy Ediso. Now, the do send I come. Do send soon I went to me and so. MCR for a year. Data na to so mame enti yendi kan hwe fulfilled promises of President John Dramani Mahama the 120 days social contract in mu na di kan nomination of a full list of cabinet just say no waye na to so mienu the formation of a leaner government and no waye but your own some kapa a lean government in interest any who can put the number of you can say ministers who now can put we are presidential staffers ne government appointees no more makano ofa bebrebe di shade na sia na pesa o kire Ghana for say abusia formation of a leaner government, code of conduct, hosting a national economic dialogue, organizing a national education dialogue, launching the 3 for Life and Blue Water, no fee stress, carry out shake-up of loss-making SOEs, abolition of taxes, COVID levy, or the Hashem said next budget. Where is the next budget? Because what can you say? What bar? E-levy will become, betting tax will become, COVID-19 levy will be in the Africa. Other internet. COVID-19 levy inquiry and they will say next budget, that is next year, and I will be here free. No, and just say no, fulfilled promises, no, one for failure. 1 million coders program, Mahama Cares, a Jumara program, free tertiary education for disabled, NYA, free sanitary pad for girls initiative, Black Style experience, and also why. And you know, the whole screen is no, promises are or make here and they were for failing. I say young the next one. I don't know ongoing promises and I say yet to be fulfilled promises. And you know, ongoing promises, you know, investigation into Ahmed Swale's death, it is ongoing. Investigation into Sky Train and others ongoing. Probe into a Kosombo spillage ongoing. Yet to be fulfilled once in any review taxes on vehicles. I don't know one fan in Sankai Mpo. Commencement of 24-hour economy. And also one chance here and run a moon say and your committee no our set you know and so at another committee said woman and review of Customs Amendment Act 2020 on Shasiye. New bill to streamline government scholarship on Shasiye. Investigative processes to purge state security agencies, of vigilante elements one shas ye one ye want to mean ye because a last day reopen probes into 2020 election by election and Ayawaso West Wagon killing one ye policy banning the purchase of state assets and also want to be anye in a nutshell no promises 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 want to be anye ongoing ones in year 3 the can 10 and a 1 year so far and at the awaya no so no yakika bomu and ye 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 and clearly say wobi an critical NC President Mahama so and one tintim yet say social contract first 120 days when I met him yayo na be wi no ade na expire ene now I binu wajabia. It clearly tells you say President John Mahama cannot be trusted. That is it. That is it. 101.2. He can't be trusted because when you obi na tira say Jack throw away one how through pemu eba e be can say 120 days no and ye semenya to me no a when na metimi ayo and then why be ajabi. We need to be serious in this country. One more born abaso na why dey nyina hey munya dia mutuo na mo kire no we yenye serious wo memu asay anya bia no wo bi na twa sin so say one tintim sa na ma we famra eya no na de bae enta dentina wa dia tum say when metime in my first 120 days no na duru ho no why bi no wajabi na amanfo elbo abaso ye abaso body dey for dey aha abaso body dey for dey way under a serious jurisdiction and ko be resign. Yes, and ko be resign say bosha me be share no mentimi anya ni nyina ntino ene me diga na fo hwamo ntino me dia konya na to and so no in the case of Umofia why ya wa ntimi anwe kura no na e bona baso wo bi na twitwo gina ne so say ene ya yakasai wan fa sa de mra aya no na fi ni pem de bae ntino na kese se wo timi ye no ye wie na abasobode bi o ya de abo no enti wantimi anya ni nyina anwie a ese boss obo because government no a serious business o meshebo na onya bi ne uzu se wo ya eno no obema ho ha wo no onya no na de aka no unyai ban on galamse wanya ye amwa wakra so ma fa nka ho so declare state of emergency onya ye etina ma fa nka ho the sensitive ones ni nyina no onya ye 24-hour economy a eye NDC John Mahama major campaign promise, major campaign policy no and yente ho waye. Who does that? Ne eda eto Ghana for do no agreement a won go to abama wo no won bo ho waye. Who does that? Ne wo mu go e bo na baso se abaso bo na mo bo no waye de eno na me tie Joyce bo amutare me se we ababa we wonnim ne ya wo ka ho e sere keke. Ho e sere keke. Ho e sere keke. Abasobode ben ye fambo President John Mahama. Enyo no na rekọ bae, wonu na tintim ye, so obetimi aye in his first 120 days as president. And I mean am tuo ko gina ne so. Yet to be fulfilled policies and promises no, and wo ho no. Review taxes on vehicles and then oko porter. Propaganda and then NDC in opposition say Nana Dankwa Kufuado and ye okra niema efram on ne begu port wa wontimi nyi esan import duties no a na mo bomba be yi bia firi so ene edaso ho wo say one time wa mbo wa kra 24-hour economy wow policy our policy way you can want some kan say fantremu mapabra ene 4 months bunie yente 24-hour economy policy no ho wampo aban bai wo mo ho waye eti abasobode ban ye fa mo no wo mu hwiri kosoro na promise keeper ni we nyina mu ye nyatwomfo mo hwiri kosoro ana wa ya ade wa hye bo wa di so bo hye no nyina no wa di so munya nya twem no munya nya twem suban no galamsi oba wo se ene ye ka de say li monkabi 2462 no wo very pale no wa nyaye and also can promise no first 120-day promise no e ka ho wa ye eti abasobode na mo bono promise keeper JM Ghana is working again na no efiri ifa. Let's be serious in this country. Ni nyansem hunu na eti Ghana na ye die no nyansem hunu no mani awu amamu papa mo no amo bona baso na mani awu amamu ma feri amamu obi antwetu akogina ne so se tintim sa ne ma we se oba abeye one adu furu pem ede baye enti no why no one nya nwia ade gina se abo abaso esese ye question wo say what dada Ghana for. That is it. I was 54 minutes gone past 7 Won to me radio, Western Diamond Television, Western in the morning, Jubadie, so any. To the President John Mahama, 120-day social contract, and then expire. Abnane or Chemaba Metinasina, Quaka Tamunsa, we are Fambra. Nafi, Yehunu Babia, and Koma Kenyan Ansono. You bet me at the Atwaso at the amount. Anyway, Yene Ghana for bedum Koma for yet. President Mahama the 120-day social contract no yeah en Ghana for bedim koma fa ho pa abna mache
ya offer
ati say
offer me ho ye na nso e
Yesu adom ye ho ye pa President Mahama 120-day social contract ne expire ati o say
offer sanye ne bo hye nyina na otumi di so ma me nchie tiefo ene ahwefo sanye bo hye nyina na otumi di so
yeah
aha ena wo fami your friends enura ne course e wo manum po e na ase na mpese me kasa fa ho anopena I was telling Ochrema say CJ case no suspension we no na enkeni say wo mu etie krampo because wo fa why not me free ho no mu a wo na abeba na ye kwakotena se na ye bisa say me suspension no ye revoke ya na asa den ya na wo kro ya no wo san di sa dwumedi mu chia me what do you think what you say
conflict of interest
you understand because me nko preside na me nka so moma yen san reinstate no ekoba ne sa me so me fa so na menya no me ye den na menya ohun enti no me result no by na enya me nwanwa
na se wa de ma ensem no mu ye rem no presidents no aye set no very very dangerous. Wonu awante as a chief justice no why why reconstitute a panel so wonu asem no aye di no wo interest no wona reconstitute wo mo mbetena asem no so na de ya bufu kura ne so wono ankasa mu ade ne ho aka ho bi wana yesa de we aya justice Paul Bafu Bonia judge Ben justice Ben e be yesa de we justice Ben pa ada be yesa de we say me no am act as a chief justice no na yade nipa no a ya suspend no ama me ma be se na na mu no yade na asemu aba na me no a me act as a chief justice esi nipa na na mu no me nso me ka won mu a won do ma dwenkire be ba e wa asem no hu bi
me
are we serious as a country
what you say
hey na unhwe won mo no mo ka unanimous FC fo no unanimous hwan fo ni nyina do eno na me expect say one be sanso apega sa eniema ni biemu aba yes na me expect say after say unanimously and a unanimous decision one will say Godfrey de bo adami asem a wo ka no wo ma ba tuagu and acting CJ no nkoso entena panel ne so no na me expect say one be ba be ka say hey Supreme Court unanimous FC obi adin
what for say the other previous government na bres na nya wo mo wafa won say aban bi te so a ne wo ye no eya na enye wo mo fe enso wo de wo mo ba na wo mo repeat that same way na de enye na eye papa obi anka na ntum na won hye ne wo mo eye sense wo mo age nkwa the so called second independence no eno ene ye set a dangerous precedence dey ato ho no airtime papa emie bi wo fa emie bi wo ho ananka ni say ye de amanyosam kra ediwura ho no because the moment I would am on your son bedroom honum no fa na o man no e yasai enso ye hye ne ye hu no manum
na sa 3-2 decision no 3-4 ni nyina no NDC aligned justices that is it and bafu bone no ka ho bi 3-4 no ka ho you see what man ban ye tete ne tantantan sa no
Oscar
yey
my yasa mepe ebebuo bi am dey describe the ekoso no but my bia na be ne mai nti eba me de be no ebe qualify ne yeken na
me pa cho mo hwehwe conflict of interest
ni meaning na
meaning family okay what because we a complete case of conflict of interest the course rather Supreme Court yes
again no one can say benefit from
yes
and wo kuro yasa ka committee no
yes
into say be akwa say wo de a friend saying ofin husuo de ano ne nam wo say ofin husuo no aso ne de no ne nam
that is it
asa wo de amoku a wo de
abon katenkwan
enti eno ne de ko enti aba no ko menye ba ko de menu bi kra de aye wo de amoku ayan katenkwan no ade dem na ekro ohunu enti no akwa say beifo ana bonsema kwa yi na akosue beifo afie nti wo mo na didi de omo nkomo ne ade they know what they are doing you see
but any enyan yo
enyan se ade enyan
any enyan what is this
enyan se ade abofono serious look at this and one more ye the interpreters of and I'm can say interpreters of the law one mo kire mre ni mu kura mpo no sebe wo mu bumbra pon no so na se me o kire mama meti ya sebe me ye media law tuturu ba yi o se ma me katuturu ba but me ye media law kakra yi a eno kura na subset of the entire constitution no say ma say qualify no media law na subset of the entire constitution no na se me ma ye biribi na se mo so o kire mama mre ba ni ho ano a de no mpese mo aka sa me ka kire mo as the judges of the apex court the judges of the apex court court no and now be cancer I think some me see one of the communicators no cancer was na dia na bema obi a wo yesebe e bia kwesi buroni anaso ofi obi manso abebe bi adwuma wa ha na woni oman ga na enya e wosikasem bi embi mu a wo se bi etua some judgment debt bi kura na se etua bi ma wo mo no anase e di case no court na edie no dia na be kan nimpa no se me magana court ene ndi masem o magana court ni nas because woni didie ene arehemu a Ghana court nim nti o didie mom ene arehemu wo kosi buroni die nim nti obefa case so na enye ne kwaka no kosi buroni krom and at the end of the day a judgment debt dey na me be tua ka bon e kwa hunu e dey amasa afo no
she conflict of interest in the man why okay what dey atoso am say a situation in which the concerns or aims of two different parties are incompatible, right? Incompatible.
And the crime say mood.
I say a situation in which a person is in a position to derive personal benefit from actions or decisions made in their official capacity. Second one, no. A situation in which a person is in a position to derive personal benefit from actions or decisions made in their official capacity.
Okay, I'm focusing to us anyway now. What can I say? A conflict of interest arises when personal interest, your personal interest, or relationships cause bias in decision making and affect job performance.
That is it. I don't know.
To person and awarded.
I don't know.
Into a human way and your job performance, no, yes, because again a common war. How now that Justice Paul Bafuboni. Wakokran wakokasi and Sansu state here
mami I suspending the crown oduru fia na busuafo bo be boro no
ono anka sakranti bo bu no
yes you see so ade na open why dey be ma wo se me anso constitute panel mi wie so ame so maka ho bi really esa no obi nipa bi mu kwa no da ban be se san aban no obeba no so be se wono nso to asasa ne so no ya mpese ye beti so obia wo mama ye din prempren ya mpese ye beti so obi ye kasa yes ne onu se sisia no Ghana bibia ya amanyosem yes all the three arms of government ni amanyosem etino se party we ba no be chief justice we ya party ni fra ba mu a wo sa chief justice and tena won kan say
ya ba be pamo
wo ko na wo ko udinachi se na da no sami jamfika say approach fo ne asoja fo no adwuma no it is co-terminus with a that of President Adam Kwakufu-Addo no sa pepepe ana ajage fo chief justice EC chairperson why wo so adwuma no ene President Muhammad yi ene enam munkombom de betu Muhammad ye so no pack bag na di nachi se sa ne ye ne dia monkan ye nyina nyi ahonte ase asa yes monkan ye nyi ahonte ase because near President Muhammad ene na bande ba no ene nyan and everyone the so called CSOs Catholic Bishop Conference wama no den no ene wo nyina ye din why are there bishops fo ne wo maka omo Wamu efa.
Can send your own ideas so bring the personal interest. Imani Africa dey no maka. So mo say mo see Jesus ni be. Why take tank? And take tank no also no see Jesus no we are part of it. Oh God. Onu ko won ye di ni worker. Sebi ye hunu ni ye kosen ye no. Onu so pray we say means be for the personal interest, the selfish interest. Obi a pray the obedi o chairman. Obi a pray the obedi o manyim because if our president John Dramani Mahama ba mu bia no sometimes no we must benefiting away. Into obi a pray ni ye funu me say na me hu wo mo. To the extent he say easy ne machines here can want some say one more born ayi a friends scraps fufuro bi o makoto ana say old ones bi na before elections no ne can want some na because I find a workers or petition strategy say they should investigate EC for some breaches bi okoto and maybe the ama scraps for
we are not a serious country. We are not a serious country. Say a serious country ya agasa nsem hunu we yes so when you dey Ghana ni no to santen ko to abama adwo Mahama no ehwehwe ne onkran say na setira mu a na enye a wodi gina so ye campaign no amane to abama wo no ne onkran say wa bai wo ba besesa na setinam ne kokko kwani ni hwe ne say bosa ba hye no onwura mu ada no ada wo ka se 3100 no eye sika kitua bi no na wo be ne 7000 no enu no okra ni mu se be den e be ba so ne amenu mi enu hwa ni mu ne se ye kodwa so a ene ma bu a ye den no eso be tia ba famo nya no ano no enti no we a modi bom no fa so be na hom yisi no ko yi no wa anyi no ye to aba ono o vote ba ko pe and there is no way say any electoral commissioner ebetimi asesa ana wi abamudi ama party bi o Ghana baby a Ghana adru any system sir you put in place what you mean about to mo Ghana sure Charlotte say one dey no buy na do Mahama yeah what when declare Nanado president good General Kwame say one dey no buy MPP Nanado meboa adentina when declare Dr. Baumia in the last election winner not Adenoma John Mahama it I said tira upefe say san krofo ni nyina no womuntimi yanse sa abatuo mu Ghana ha emfa mobi eto yi no wa anyi no ade ne gina adwuma ne modern ba tumi ade ama no wo de beye ama Ghana fo ho ato mo asa apart from that wo pa ko yi obi afiri ho na fa wa wo yere wo ma wo busuafo ko hyehye ho edu da ya to aba na wan perform Ghana fo beto aba atia that is it eto the president and time ba ne yesa to o mamu asa abna
Wafa say menu enuma bi ho wo mo yen sheda nye won because when it comes to the judiciary before the elections, President John Dramani Mahama Nankasa at that time we flag bearer wakanye. Wakati NDC for so musunko sunya die. Na wo mo ba wo muso nya kwan e de wo akwa kwahyehyɛ ho. Enti we no enya de bia nwanwa. What you say? Sa petitions ahodo wo mo kyerɛ se mo fa nyi chief justice no. Wo fa ensem a wo mo gina so no sebe. Oman bia ye serious ye ni da ho no. Ye nyina so mfa yi ma men emfimfiri ho. What you say? Sesi ambo yi na firi ho. Ye nyina ye hu. Eye ya na who is next? Enti ye reach CJ de ye wie na wie wo fa wo ye ne dan kra ne aduru ne de wo me yi no ate ase enti so wo ma hyase e de wo mani e de kɔ easy enso ye ya we say ye de mo be yi na firi ho ate ase ye ya we enso ye kan say enye ne ahia nie wo fa nye we ni bo sha mo sha ye yi ate ase me sha 120 day nyoma ahodo a wo bobɔ so a ebi wo no mpa nipa dodo se na be benefit ye kasa for social intervention policies efie bia betumi nya so mfaso what you say and the national health insurance wo for baby obekọ bi efie bia mpo na nya bi enye wo mu nyina na wo bi krampo no bi e wo fie ho efie bia free senior high school ba ye ada no obi ka se jabre ne ntie nam soma NDC fo ni agi bebrebe e wo sanitary pad ho se so ampampa so betumi a chamba ko de bia nya bia eno na in the history of NDC e be your social intervention policy because wo mu ni mu ye womu ni mu ye say yemfa de mra na Ghana fie bi obi enya so mfaso no womu nya bi da womu ni mu ye womu ni kwa fa so hye sanwema no ate ase enti wo fa yen ne ye kan say aban no we ne di nkunim awie ye president ene wo enti bosha wo hye ye no ene na hye na di so na wo twi mu kwampo no committees as sign yate committee upon committee na yete committee 24-hour economy maye enso ye wo mo a wo mo gye hu sika se wo mo ye adwuma you understand wo mo bebo man ne ka keke enti eno na mpanimfo ma wo mo ni enkwa ho na wo mo enye
okay me wa one question abi bisa President John Mahama okay adenti no nko a eba ban mu a amanfo etokas be che no yemisa sase no Mr. President John Mahama no pay say adenti no nko aba ban mu a wo betena konwa ne so a eyo obi akono say one talk cars enya de embechew ana do tena so obi beto ka je okay sa class to a ye de chew yi so ye wo ho eye records da ho say Jibril Kanazue yeah sa ka no bokna be contract yeah kwan phobia ni Ghana ha te say ne sa kwa ne ye wo Ghana ha no kwan fun a wo Ghana ha te say sa Jibril Kanazure die no ye no me hunu bi da eno so no yesi wa bre President John Mahama Ford a car Ford ni a car untre Ford uni a car uni ma do ko dia a car you see na oba ya na say anso no obi atokas me no abechew eye hefoa why are you not disclosing a safo na identity ya be see ehunu we need to know we also see can what presented the state no yate why for na the cars ni bechew ana why at the toss our cars ni bechew on what grounds
abra wo opposition ni de o mo ntoka
mechew enti no wo ba ban mu na say ya no so obi atokas me no abechew on what grounds nipa ben
okay let's go first thing some to be 101.3 who say NDC ba ben mu bia no a kwan da ho wo akonya bebre a won so betu afa kwafoforo bi so enya ntiremu wo ho obi ati ase isi omu ni mpefe se ya man pani John Dramani Mahama oyobi asebi fa chemi o afefe de ne fe ewiase wa afefe de ne fe nti ohunu afefe de a na nani age eno nti yempe ewiase wa afefe de ebi efa kon convince no through that no ye de nya contract nti no 2012 2013 14 15 16 mu dia ye friends bokana be Jibril Kanazo ade komani there was a reporter edamanim sesia ye nuabarama Manasi Awini Azuri ekokoyeye na enkrato nya edi free embassy ekire mu die dey for the expedition mo mampeni ene down mampeni aso ye track krata e ko da abrante nas no ni na krata wa dated 20th June 2016
yeah
ene kutame na okenka krata no a edu baby kwese mampeni na abrantie ne pekwan bia so because ne din come contractor wo si afesuo wo ye wo na send be betumi nya juicy contract ni nti no okay no mo say wo baba salute o man pedo bi na man no tip of this chale John Dramani Muhammad oba just go and salute him o salute na eno anu no oh yes I can read it
no adano ada me refi ba bia na John Muhammad gina okọ function bi sha ena o shia papa bi ena papa no e kan prusei
yes
ena o say your ma appointment ana
yes
check look on your phone free na kwa check your phone mema Callistus Mahama
yes
and wedding komo ubenya appointment
yes
on video
yes
some video meaning MCR wa fan to mumaye can prusei
now I say this man who had been struggling and this man was Jibril Kanezue who was struggling without making any headway to win road contracts in Ghana by Bokanabeyo.
Yes.
Secured a juicy contract from the government after a friend had advised him, Jibril, to go and salute President Mahama. What could have changed for the man to begin securing contract after going to salute President Mahama? Okay, so salute President Mahama. It is clear something must have changed hands, even at the first meeting. And no discerning person would ever attempt to refute any assertion that the man's motive of going to see President Mahama in the first place was to solicit favor to enable him to get contract.
That is it. That one.
And Abokanabe, from nowhere, we have local contractors who made him and come to make this contract. You gave a juicy contract to the man.
Maybe I say nipa no what talk as abecheno no. Also our president the Ama state no. One bebo nipa ni di. Say na was o na insentro for ni Ghana for be di nkomo.
Yes.
One fa sa akonya no so no mo sa nipa ni di. Ena botaya e taisa achede na chi. Ena afei anyonkofa eda wo no.
Ani sa nipa
ni ntem asa. Because yan nyina ya to na di tua wo president ka. What you say? Yan nyina ya to na di tua President John Mahama ka. Etino see a bisa critical questions. You see, when you die, you better pian sama I say carpet nas you. Me makase if you say we talk tough. If you know you can't talk tough, don't join us. And no. Asa, we talk tough. We will speak truth to power.
Sure.
And found intimidation be hey, massa, hey, munya is no. You can't intimidate anybody here. Etino we talk tough. You see, President John Mahama and no benya kwenya no. One Ghana for bedin komo. Kasi mienu nu a ye de abeche wo no. Nipa no de beche wo no. Ma ye hunu nipa no. Na ye hunu enkita hodi a ewo mo mienu ntamo.
Yes.
Just 4 months into your government.
Aden yankwa.
Yes.
2 SUVs. 2 and I say most of them donated to the state. It's better you had rejected it.
That is it.
It's better you had rejected it.
And on this one, you can't say Dr. Kojo Pumpuni Asante.
Okay.
Center for Democratic Development.
Okay. Or
say here, President John Mahama. Car gift. No. You shouldn't have accepted it.
Yes,
you and can say or rejecting outright. Yes.
Because first one by and can was some year. Yes. Because if on the bar or the Navian and I'm what no Kusakus and I'm
no president and also a such as a gift and I'm with the bread and one tiasiana.
Anyone no.
What you say?
Oh my God.
What you say? When you mean tia, it's a gift and if on the bread won't know who reject ya. And the crowd was no so from anana.
Yeah, fear. Yeah. Near better from piano. Yeah, the beba. Yeah, the babetum.
Sure.
So, I had babetum. It's no dear. Woman cosso. Meboa.
Yeah.
Woman cosso. Woman cosso no munya do mayor. Why? I the betum piano. Ye hunua. And I tia. Yeah, so yeah, the babetum.
Okay.
Some 16 minutes gone past 8. Quanka tamubo swo. Yeah, the twaso. Ana.
Yeah, the twaso.
Yankwe. Anopesu de ene ye.
No. I am one some more so.
Anope de ye. Hey. Ebasa na se ntokushe mbo ne wo mo maka no wo ne yom crack.
Onya.
Me mo am warning. Me mo am warning.
Yeah.
Mo bi an try. Wo fa nimpom na mtia no.
Hey.
Se o pass through me.
Oh, okay.
Yes sir. was best.
Ọba ní ẹ̀mẹ́ba sẹ́ni
Ah, but
báwo sẹ́ni spectacle sí ní àná náà ẹ̀ máa ṣe pa.
ẹ máa ṣe pa ní àtàdé ẹnu nso.
Ẹni ní pàbọ̀ àná.
Nítorí yìí nso yẹ kama.
Ṣé màá náà sọ ṣe kama.
Wàlá. Anyway, yẹn ti si kò ànkà tẹ́mu nsẹ́mu náà yẹn kú yẹn ni.
Yo fa era say somebody and ye di ki abubrusu ye bia me sha say every daily guide ko wakrata nim also Ghana's favorite newspaper and ye CJ for acting CJ right ne funny and daily ma say you say and ye throw out CJ removal injection no ye throw ni out cry pe baby cry dia to ye de hwe ye daily guide enim and away eda na no penra ye Charles B so ye granting ni 200,000 Ghana cedis bill eda ha say ye Kwame Nafenyomakin, minority leader, and ye petition Speaker of Parliament, and ya done what the one more demo now, Mokoye, yes, save the Judiciary, no, you're supposed to be up no bopa, and then Yamianka would die one sorry beam, into a petition Parliament. Daily guide, Coacratin in him anyway, sorry, IGP rather, and that we petition, no, and the Coacratin in him has say. Now, we should him say ya, or for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can send be. Na metie no me rekra hoye o se abra na yeguso ye campaign 2024 no mu no NDC fo etwantro edeto no so ne wonim ho hye fa bokuntokwa no ho eno mo de to no so wono no wonim ho bi na wo se ne kra bi enim na wo kasa kire mu se ene he has been vindicated sansa wofa sesi ono wo opposition enso ntokwa no guso a ekoso enti hwan na afu ntokwa na ekoso what you say enti daily guide enim eniye
the daily statement the worker atano baby abna ede eso ye na hwan na mesumi frase na Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia phone de okura na microphone wakasa na sami na etia wa kire mu se etro a ti se no kure pepepepepepe ana ndisi fo etwa de to no so yese wono ye mamprusi ni no ono taman prusifo echi ana omo ne kusasifo ekontokwa osika ba kan nam so ama kusa traditional area omo bane NPP some make campaign honom ni na entro bi a NDC fo twade to Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia so ono na o hye echi na ban prusifo ne kusasifo ekontokwa ene o chem say entro bi a NDC fo edeto no so eno echi no enura court kwase cha Supreme Court kwase cha no yabo oboso nsem bebre e wa hanom yewra Vincent Okosifua ene wo mo ka ho a wo de petitions anasa wo file suit against CJ removal no enura unanimous FC won mo atumi abrogate eye ensem no mendei wo mo chim se nyina so bi adena mo
unanimous football club
se susukuro be susu am obi no na be susu am yo ahwa na wo de ankra ni uti anye pe ye be force de ahye
You see, I love you guys.
I love you too.
I love you guys. Me are top notch. Me are top notch. Akukuduru amode come on some no. Mo fast akukuduru no ampem ko manim. Pate. Me are top notch.
Na na that's Now 120 days social contract, you know. Muhammad's 120 days social contract faces IERPP for showdown today. On she said there over bedin komo na onso so Accra do pass say o me yi yin nsam ano won sam ne de bebre wana so de hia anopay ane aboboswe daily statement
metro so e di free the informer or say nothing but the truth and you kwakrat ni nim ne di kan his excellency John Dramani Mahama ni foni ene da ha sei ene asset declaration no ene waka wasam say send appointees ni ebedi ono ne mra ne hihye na wode aba no so anase e bepam wo mu ene me de me hu ye na me ka so boa kai untumi ahwe sanse adi wo ma ye deadline atwam what you say foforo so kra san babere ene na last day ni boa
so say na last kwata
ene kwata ene ye ma wo mu esima krampo nka ho biem nti wo so wo mu ani so a ebepam wo mu informa ko wakrata fe to so miensa ena wei eda na abokunto kwa no so former vice president Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and was politicization no edoso dodo was ye nyamanya se fa free tokonim na yentumi siesi masumdwe emra boko eno so edoko wakrata nanim ene anopai yesa parliamentary committee ena sabre dredge masters yebo wo mu abaso sanse wo mu hyehyɛ wo eye ewo enkran na yetumi a control flood eye ensu eye eyiri no was ye kyerese edu twom kra Tatafe to do minu ewo the informer ene di we nso eba ye na Ghana fo ahya se ekasa kasa edifa LI 2462 no eho no epenifo de abetu dwa se ye be repeal ntu bia enkana na koma encho ne yem na se afanko eko nsawum kwan no aban sha se wo ye aban dada na sha se wo ye ena ebinom ediko court na court ediko nyina akire se ebinu se yedwiri wo nsase wo madan yegu obi so onde ne shop bi oyi ne dwuma ensem bebre nti nipadodo na di asam na akokot nti edi injunction di atoso yese ye mpiri mo ntumi ntoa so kopim se ye bedi asam ebewie na nansa ni mu no Road and Highways Minister ekohye wo mo boso wo mbehye na wo mo edi asam ne tentententem enso mo san kopim wo court no yese stila ye ma contractor no ho kwan se won toa so nti won twentwen so kratafa to so nan ewo informer
news driven data driven news the news center obokrata no katafe to so and 9 page 4 ho and pe wo bibi kate no mo ko deep a nsem wo mu pa na wo kyerese mashebedemfo bi no esu pa na so musuo no ene so musuo manuwa ni na se pokua se affordable housing project no aban we ba ye no wa tu na ni ayera wo ho kra se wo hunu se ye wo pokua se affordable housing project bi a abanada ne frase MPP penso ana mo yeso mo ye affordable housing ni bi e opokuase abamwe ba ye tintontan wankasa ho yeras no sai won na ye deputy attorney general ni foni eda ha eno achi nso no justice Prah bafuboni anso foni eda ha yera Vincent Ekosefua anso foni da ha suspended chief justice Tokonu ni foni eda ha ana yera Godfrey Yebo Adame former attorney general and minister for justice anso foni eda ha 50-32 decision ahonsam enra ekoso Supreme Court yera Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Bawumia so se na bana kan ye no se yenya amanyo sama hodo edi awura bakontokanim na yamma ye nimre na yankasa ntia ne on eye no otumfo afade ato no sere so se wo hwe na wotumi edi asomdwe de aba NDC munjai na aye dodo na network e fa no mobile telecommunication network on de no mo credit my account no pay sanse omu chim se momo no yese ebe fa be foforo nanso emfa ha bi emfa mba de ntia ma meka wan asam ne se eyomemu na no mfa so de dodo na ye momo ni bi nti omu se emfa be foforo bi a ebe ha adwen nti mo kama akoma ntumi omu credit my account kakra na pay na ma kembi de amamo
sa pepepe oman credit am no mienu ye pon ebe ko ho metro so e de free the daily searchlight na daily searchlight kroyan so ena mede etu apo ewo medienum ensem ewo ha nyina de mediki abobo so na niaka ewo mu ne se eni affordable housing eni etremu se titia pansam ntimpenifo nso na wo enye bibi fafa ho na sika kra aka ewo se tum de to so na ye wi no akwakwa ye twema mentwen kratafe to so mienu ewo daily searchlight ena de we baye na me sorry so no em say daily guide me refresh em ba ko bi wom wo fo se na sen ye se Ghana fo ma bia ye kire wo mo a ye do mo kopie mo Nigeria na Ghana police service ye mo wo mo abaso wo mo yade pa o mo ne Nigeria police service na ka wo mo tuma pama no a ye tumi akofa wo mo e de aba ya chichichi suspect ni bi na hwehwe mo gu so a ekoso no so no ye kire mo se wo fa take us fo no adwuma ye fo no abi nso na wo ku yen wofa Nigeria ni die kwamba nso no wofa so wonya Ghana sema wodi edi sabone no yesen hwehwemu ye ne ama ye hunu so tako staff ni bi ye hu no ya kye no mpo ono na register sim edi ema Nigeria ni no a sabre wodi edi se nyamra sim no enti ya kye no a enne nkrata no so edi aba
daily graphic the workrata na edi ewie ne ama emusu. Yes, agriculture is the production of crops and raising of farm animals for human consumption. Me agricultural science was senior high school. That time na SSS. Na senior high school be SSS. Na Stanbic Bank any graphic business war breakfast meeting be na e brand ben wono eye. Wo mo ehiem di no mo kirem se ebe hia pass o man no. Ya de enfasode bebre no a ebeto yeku adwuma eso. Ne wo dua ne ne wo to. Ne wo to edi kodwaso. Ne wo kodwaso me ye da ne ani. Di wo da ne ani esan de abrem ya to. Yehwe ne se kire mu kakra na emwo man Ghana na chief executive officer Stanbic Bank ono na de kakra we ade ato yenim na ende ku edwuma ho sem bebre no na ewo daily graphic mu na we so akwa ye expert push for sustainable agric practices ni na ho hia ne ade a CJ suspension no ene nkomo eno na ko so Supreme Court no eno so e wa ha no pay a ye gina we so na daily graphic ni nua no mo dia ono ba no pay e dey do bokrata mo boso no e dey esi
mame na wase why mame na mase
ska mam ka bibi kakre say Mother's Day 11th meeting no abra happy Mother's Day in advance, okay?
Thank you.
And the pay we're looking mother pa. Madam so there, oh I said baby. Yeah. You know, but we can hear ni oh la. Madam. Na okay. I don't answer. Because I'm oh say no pena we din komo be concerning ye dollar no again some stand be ni ade. Oscar Abandada no bon home wedding yenema bebrebe. Gold purchase agreement a Bank of Ghana for go into. And this a good for oil no ni ade no because the ma fuel boy den ni nasefo ni na no ye sa exchange rate ni ade no. Nti ano no ye one factor. But you see another thing credit on the NDC and was say NDC for edge credit no mo ba bon te be ka kire say ye ba ye nya hwe a etumi ama dollar ni cedi no to kwa no I stabilize and if you abo ni ade akofo no e so mo ba bonti clear be ka chen say omo nya hwe bi ko he NDC ba be mu no omo nya payment bi esu bia no a o me demand for dollar no more e dey other payment no and they say na ya ye nia penny cake no I try to Facebook page and I'm going to reply and they say mo ba ye mo nya bullet payment bia for example mo start say mo tu IPP sika the can no enyina so 2 mo start mo nya dem mo award the contract so award big contract bia and 2 muntu ya contract bia aka contractors no mo ya kwani ade wo mo na mo ye project akese ma o man Ghana yi mo ba ye muntu ya ke bebi wo krampa ya kase mo suspend na mo hodu wona ye investigation bia ansama to aso me ade enti no ade abema ye hia dollar no mo e de aye no o mo nya ho hwe enti no dollar no o hia emfa nya biribia enti ama dollar no wa ho ni say o bebi we do no kan mo hia me intino minyina baby amigina na but almost start some ye bullet payment bi omo award the contract omo tuatua ka bi na the IPPs a dollar no ho be kosoro because omo hia dollar no because this IPPs ni ade no we pay them CD equivalents in dollars. What you say? Into be here dollar no o dey tua na ka because omo nji cedis omo di dollars into be here dollar free ya o be here dollar free ya na ma dollar no so say o hia me dia so my pompous e ho no meto mo kaka meto mo shop ono be hu say dollar no e be dwane eja cedi no baby
say no pay na do keka
so kan dia
no ka o say credit no yemfa ma aban dada e say niema hodo de gu apono so no na ene the results no na aban ba on fa policy bia ma ya yebetimi agina so akase eno na de fam obuo na ba fam e na fe you know say na wo kan o make any bullet payment bia in dollars nam so ama say no ye hwe 4 months munie eguso ye hwe na 24-hour economy no I don't know minim de asi 24-hour economy e promise say be create nyuma enso no mobile nyuma magu no nipa ma yi o ma different nyuma mu no eni enyan 24-hour economy na promise say enyina mankane a ebo no wo fom ye de beba ana wankasa
oh yes
enso de eni yehunu sharp increment of 14.75% light nkwa yina can say nsuo nso ye 4.02% wo ka bo mo en fa ne say bia 17% meboa adwumayfo akatua ne say no de tu so 10%. Intino kamera tsene sabia buru sabia kudonto wode eye benkum ema ade a no fa sumase edi nifa ahwim no de ama no afiri nsem
skaka okra kan to so ohwim sen ode nifa ne bo bulu waje wo bom wate ya sa de mo benkum no no wa shara ka so de ma wa fa nchew to o meje ne boko ode bulu be bo
no aje
obu asa waje na ade
very well mayana mo asena yemfa mo ensi ase no pe ma menchia eye Bernard Owusu Boateng champion BOB okay live in the eastern region afen so no enchiamu rempim asiedu enkoma honorable Nana Edu Ejei former Western Regional NPP Communications Director honorable Nana Edu Ejei okay anope efri sehwioso Nana wonkwaso nyame onhyiraw si edi nkomo kakra nti no me po amefrew afen so no enchi edi wonkoma mia minuaba Superintendent Linda Okan wo Kwasimintim Police Station nyame onka ho some 32 minutes gone past 8. Yɛbɛgye berɛ no afei messages ahodoɔ aba no yɛtumi akenkan no nyinaa ɛnso ɛtumi ɛde ama wo na yɛapem akɔ yɛ anim mepaakyɛ wobɛtumi de wode afa 0248071174 so aba ɛbɛpie mu wɔ ha a ɛbɛkenkan de ama wo wei ɛde firi ɛyɛ kwawutafo na ɛde baeɛ ɔse yɛfrɛ no Obama ɔse Oscar, good morning to your team. Ghanaians have indeed spoken truth to power by pouring out in their numbers on the street to protest against the NDC tyrannical rule. The suspension of Chief Justice is a travesty of justice that must not be allowed to hold because it is a bad precedence. One edi or the buy and so and we do the abani or say your friend Mr. Amankwa Ajare NPP Sunyani West second constituency vice chairman and then incoming a NPP Bono regional organizer. I'll say the Dumso is too much. Imagine yesterday's night alone 4 times and early this morning again. Why are they treating us like that? A political party that promised us heaven on earth. Today, they give us hell. Even today, you may have the money to buy power, despite its high increment around the 15%. Yet, you may be denied that power. That is today's situation as a Ghanaian. One way do they buy? I don't know. Yeah, that's it. When so the audible say, Oscar, good morning. My name is Wofake from New Plan Station Circle. I am one of the supporters of Chief Justice to be recalled. Pacho brofrucha ya mimunao. We are no memwada hokakradia mae. Teacher Constitution anyway fi we amwaso Oscar, good morning. Yesterday's release of the Ashanti Regional MMDC's list by President John Mahama won't change much, as JDM has lost control in steering Ghana's affairs. With Ghana in the wrong hands, Ghanaians should prepare for tough times, as JDM has nothing good to offer Ghanaians. One way or the buy, I don't know. OPK Edifri Gosso, or say regards to Dr. Allied Mahmoud Bamia, or say Franklin Kujo and Isimani, who always does the bidding for Mahama and the NDC, should rather put pressure on Mahama and the NDC to declare a state of emergency on Galamsey, as they were doing to Konadu and the NPP government, because NDC executives and gurus are doing it with impunity, destroying our lands and water bodies, and in 8 West States with Dumso collapsing businesses and jobs. One idea what they buy and no. Teacher Kujo Tepa and Yunasusu was say, Oscar, good morning. We should know that what we do in this life will be cited for generations to come. How can a judge who is acting as a chief justice and stands to benefit from the suspension of the incumbent CJ and panel himself sit and deliver a verdict opposing the reinstatement of the incumbent? Come on, NDC. Godfrey Dame's words are rather kind to describe what has taken place. Already, I don't know. Eric Kwekubuedi, patriotic voices, Bechem, or say, I'm still pleading with the MPP supporters to remain calm and rally solidly behind the buyer and so on. And I say, I believe all the brouhaha in the party shall pass, because if we all come together as one people, NPP will come stronger in 2028. Haile Selassie, Eddie Efri Goswaba, Oscar, good morning. In fact, nothing has changed for the first 120 days of John Dramani Mahama and his NDC government. Dumso is still affecting the daily activities of Ghanaians, daily increasing of prices of goods and services. So is this the real change Ghanaians were expecting? Or no, Eddie or the buyer, I don't know. Yeah, that's a papa. Yeah, that's a DJ O'Malley. Anyway, you see, say, I am pleading with NPP supporters to remain calm and rally behind the party, because if we all come together as one people, NPP party will come back in 2028. One idea what they buy and so I don't know. Yeah, that's a papa for a year. Your message. Yenye bin so ase na fe yan to aso emfa emma. Where do you body you say Oscar, good morning. Okay, I'll say yesterday's release. Okay, I've read this one already. Osei Emmanuel say good morning my brother. Richard Kofi say good morning my brother. Derek Ayete say good morning my brother. Masawudu Kumasi Bantama say what are we witnessing today? Or say what we are witnessing today under the leadership of President Mahama clearly shows complete lack of policy direction. They are interested in retaliatory politics than solving issues of national interest. The resetting Ghana agenda they promise has fall flat. Regards to Chairman Odinho Kwekwapia, Chairman Kuka, Mayanchia and Anope, the incoming Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP, Chairman Odinho Kwekwapia, Bememu Anope Yechiao. I was 35 minutes gone past 8. Ya den ho aba ya ba enkoma aka nyina no ya de beto aso e de ama yes rew enkoba bia ya ba sisia
reorganization any ekumye in Kabomono were able to win power again. Enti enne media mesramo say we support we omi amfantonje na se ekuru ye bebe bia munso a ene bi gina akachine regional and national executives say omuma amnesty from Afoko Alam to everybody that has been suspended omuma amnesty yam fra omumra ni enkambo say etiniya sa the cardinal. Nibia bia ya suspended na nasi ayina or yere or ba or bisiafo or namfofo o kuhwe se nipa no nyina na omo entoaba emaye. The national chairman, former vice president, general secretary Monamade Apacha no emamo Mumma amnesty. Mumfa gini say yamma amnesty. Na nipa doa o ma du ya o ni nyina no. Yenso ensambra. Reorganization any ekumye in Kabomono were able to win power again. Enti enne media mesramo. Say we support we omi amfantonje na se ekuru ye bebe bia munso a ene bi gina akachine regional and national executives say omuma amnesty from Afoko Alam to everybody that has been suspended omuma amnesty yam fra omumra ni enkambo say etiniya sa the cardinal nibia bia ya suspended na nasi ayina or yere or ba or bisiafo or namfofo o kuhwe se nipa no nyina na omo entoaba emaye. The national chairman, former vice president, general secretary Monamade Apacha no emamo mumma amnesty mumfa gini say yamma amnesty na nipa doa o ma du ya o ni nyina no yenso ensambra
yeti a yenim 2016 asofofo imamfo a mo so regional ma party no emu bi wo ha 8 years janko mo bi etena otia na mo sofu bi a no tima party na ojaya ye kwa ye nkona na so nye kopa na cho yeti committee a yera makukwe and na dan no say yenim enkofo bebre kika adekonti a yenim kunim e wa batuo no nenso so as a party let's say na official report ye won sampa ye ko Ghana fa na nyina 276 constituencies 16 regions ye ko nyina ye busa ye nkofo dey ben pa dey see ye Era Makupe mo a dom report no abred party. Omode baye no National Council edutum. Ohona no eti abedoku a form Constitutional Amendment Committee. Say omontrasi Makupe eso abedoku the report about say amendment. Yo ankwa bi wo kwa mo tima anko Era Makupe enim. Na so owo proposals for decide ya committee ni kan nyina ambo na na meboa July yefre no extraordinary delegate conference na party ni bohia na ye constitution le bi ese sakra bam e mama party na nya hodi no omonhwe no montupa na mo Era Makupe kratawa odi abreye no ye ntia sese krata no yentimi mfa embeto aboti Sabi, your politics near you. I can't say now. Me who will be a or can see none is into the strategies or the other trap on things Ghana food in our motion. Yet, here
Electoral area coordinators, Senate polling station executives, members of the new patriotic party communicators now, Let us say, Sevier, Mugina Martino, year 2024 elections, no, December. Now, maybe a year election, maybe a year elections, parliamentary candidates, every constituency, Omoko round, Ekodasi, and a presidential candidate, so after every presidential election, from Ejukwahe next time to President Kufuor time to President Nana Akufo-Addo next time, Ingina Omukodasi. Enti 2024 election and Meso Mekase Meko thank you to Akodasi. But thank you to no. Me can say yen kakra because na Professor Michael Quay and in the committee no omo chinchin constituencies nyina wo Ghana ekoye research enti na me pese ye ha omo ejuma no enti me she say omo wie omo ejuma no a na ma she ase abaye. Thank you to
Radio 101.3 Western Diamond Television, Western in the morning, Jumadi Esu Enie. And a pemra so say yene ye amija forcing konyane di o maimu enkomo. Yera Isaac Ejen Donko Ibu and I don't know a friend or ye NPP secondary constituency communications director Yensa Kadwaha Yabua former Padema Honorable Lawyer Andrew Kofi Japamesa, former member of parliament for secondary constituency. Yene no esim konwana yetimi edi eye enkomo. Enkonwase yi eniema wodo a yedi hu nkomo na no pay edoso na mayefa ntudwa na ibu emfa bi enhyase maye na fi yentimi empem fa nko animu. Enrada Supreme Court ene wama dismiss injunction application against proceeding with a petitions to remove Chief Justice in a 3-2 decision. Supreme Court unanimously Supreme Court overrules objection raised by Godfrey Yabo Adami against acting Chief Justice Justice Bafo Boni presiding over the injunction application challenging the Chief Justice removal process. Now save the judiciary demo NPP ne the coalition of political parties are presenting petitions to President John Mahama and the Supreme Court. So President John Mahama, the 120 days social contract, a bear spy and so far, near what to me, I know, at you say, near one to me, I know, so at you say, when it and come a guapo so and ne, pay. Ibu, good morning.
Morning, brother.
Bokodia.
Oh, the be American or to the Usuben. I was minimum with it. Oye papa.
Very well. Emrano ko entino quickly yentin simuna yenni enkomo. De de agu apono so no minim de obedi kan de ahyase na yanku yenimu. Why?
Osi.
Yes sir.
And pay make sure papa no make sure wash from pem ma wash yen Western Diamond TV na Osi.
Yeah.
And pay minche hen pay for original. Can cry and communication officer. Isa Hussein Ichen papa. Na a friend then some or with regards to young judicial system in Semia Osi. The reason I'm making them my politicizing judicial system now. Etsy and some ura or that some caden quarter tafo mbasha bagoyin or kade obia we in the Umber Act teo onitina nkofo fi there president mama opro no hododo so try madam court ruling in Pobe no oyi acting CJ Ozi when you to a pa there there's this position our hen apex court another hen mbrenumu edri chief justice you make that happen happen
yeah
enti obia another every lawyer's desire and any dream that be chief justice similarly police ni bi apado that crobe ba IGP say him so you be other crop by chief of defense staff on any dream Anna and she said me a Supreme Court judge na say my rise through the ranks my be Supreme Court judge then I'm acting chief justice no the case Abraham there case no maso mtnadubi na mumbu atan another Mindy case no next one you move for as acting another what for you put that on umbra as a or when you say to the old chief justice now what will you do yimpa then
compromise
and judges one year 7 where 5 where 7 point still 3 there will be one odd number be or the man or make final decision. Anna,
yeah.
And now looking at what transpired at court, no, Papa was now no on there. I am brand what I man, and I'm a tenacity, and I'm so I side with him also a review. Damn Mati.
Yes.
Another way in interview also a review because Oscar on task room, the acting CJ should sit on. Kesa, what do you CJ nephew for him to become a CJ? How on earth would a person rule against or what kind of where rule there?
Yes, as we said,
where we said to the
suspended chief justice.
Has to be that.
Oh, my lawyer for Canopy can some of the country.
Because so it tells us that friend one president I'm tell me car no
oh yes
2 the emolument the service of condition and
condition of service
already you do okay ujafo I more man try why don't I buy a saka we put away for here na so impa na so nanum ko wa fambo wija
yeah
enti ame dem papa no so ko review no mo for no do
okay
onko na osi Justice Kulundi. Now one of what's there. As I'm not know. One appoint one.
President John Mahama.
115 now. Check.
Yeah, sure.
No, check. I think Konadu down Kwakufa.
Okay, Konadu so appointee be.
It's 3 out of the 5.
Okay.
Yes. So let's have or let's discuss it tilted the NDC angle. Them warrior, the Supreme Court were packed by the Nadu judges. Okay, 3 out of the 5 were appointed by the Nadu Kwakufada.
Okay.
Why should the judgment go for NDC? Why should the judgment go for NDC?
Yes, as one person and another package. A court
with MPP
aligned judges. Why should this ruling go
for NDC? Why bring him there? Okay, let me assume without admitting that the Chief Justice is serving our bid. And judges not when him there, they are MPP pro judges. And the Chief Justice will serve their bid too. In terms of one I can say one or court. Why there will ruling against MPP party? Supposedly there where MPP and this why did they rule against the party? And from some in this would do Kruma. You catch one 1,000. And you no ruling more on the world will say.
Yes.
What ruling more on the world will say? And the people communicators on the various radio and TV stations. Listen to them. They are jubilating. But this same part, the Nadu Kwakufado judges at the Supreme Court now will rule in favor of NDC bid. Anna. That's why I always sit here and tell people that we need not to politicize our judiciary system. President Mahamodo just a one to war. Otra to war. No one say etre do one to war. If you do kokrom. Even the President Mamali. Yetufu, I'm a Chief Justice, I am an auntie. My no, I am my miniature, and I am my minia. And I am Papa no hey. But Monam do my yen na yadi and not to me there, Oscar. A chimba. Posterity will never forgive us because Obi saw Ebenazi, something in your queen and a phone. Ebenazi, no two no more, no, a phone. As a radio presenter, I was in a as a panel member, what did you say about it? Did you advise the president? Posterity will never forgive us. Decision you're taking now. Automatically, we are politicizing it. And then don't quite more on the wire fuzzy. Obiala Mbakade, Justice Kulindi, another damn justice in another no appointing, another Bafubon at Thomas no appointing, another you know, one bodo because we are quay one. But so one quay, what can I say? I can't. Woman and another woman bassa, another no appointing the judgment in Aquadam. The hypocrisy and the dishonesty aspect of us in this country. It's very unbearable.
Yeah.
NDC, Mercy, as a one war chat to be a Ghana for them when some year can in the weeks of hours and quick 1 for 2 1 to no 1 for 2. That's semi ye came. Abudu baby, Osi, say share NDC t-shirt and ye NDC card bearing member and your judgment to Krumaha.
Yeah.
Abudu baby say share MPP attack and I share PNC attack and I share CPP attack and I say neutral na radio na can be mad ruling government in your judgment. But also no bandam also no bandam. And see to send that to say I could review mobile bia ni na our president mama nisem. That's it. I will continue. Na as one or two them not needing better home. Na a chimbaba, a catcher no, Sheriff no papa, and you na. Oh, and you may in papa. Nobody president Miami. Oh no, I brought to them. Now, you took your DSS Yambo. Worker, I got some bodam. Worker, motorway tema. Worker, other companies, Obo, and commanded in Anna.
Yes.
You took your DSS Yambo. Worker health insurance. Work a metro mass. Work a school feed na obo president Kufoni din ana.
That's right.
You took the SS Yambo. Yesterday, free SHS, another damn quack for no debate, Anna. President Mahama, a chile you want to will board dinner, Aberdeen the water bubble. Oh, President Mahama, no politicizing the judicial system. Is that the way to go? Them no pressure me, aya. Them no pressure me, legal solely janina.
But the other day, and found it will be a becker. One more cast won't be, you know.
Oh, and must say, yeah, Master America in there. We don't have any problem because it came to a point. President, another damn father appointed Supreme Court judges. They were about 16 or 15, right? And there were number there, Audrey Necro Brodo. A whole America can see. And Supreme Court judges in Moya. Where 6? No. Where 6 to 7? Oh, America who control trillions of dollars, Nazi. President Mahama told us that MPP are packed Supreme Court judges, pro MPP judges. Akosombo 2023 on Oba, no so about for NDC card bearing judges. We could go on a balance.
Yeah.
Now, yellow man 120 days in a row. Obey a promising and lean government. And do you know their Supreme Court judges, their condition of services? Also, they retire
on their salary. Yeah.
Now, once at work now, apart from their salary, you know, it's saying him the ngobia wo ho. Ngobia no otumi enyeme pi wo Ghana ha man pere mo obozi. Nkofunim. Cast a water one. And saying him that water car abantu cars one.
Yes.
Even the high court judges. Cast a water one. And sana bungalows will provide them one. And sana one security advance them one. And sana one housemaid na uniform allowances na as I wasn't one. Oh yeah, sikeke say ekekani na abuma. Na President Mahama ekeche hende na nadu dan kwaku fado wa appointee mo abrodo. Na umbrella Ghana ha was the ejuma na weba. Dam no man wa abrodo ehwe mo abrodo ana.
Yeah.
Osi sisi obe oda hin abaka ho.
Or the 7.
Or the 7 oda abaka ho.
Yeah.
A government a promising government. A government Nancy Arras there will protect the public purse. Anna.
Yes.
Oninya. Solid judges 7. Na Supreme Court judges 7 no. Osi. So what can one pay chow we embezzle ha.
Yeah.
7 won't pay what do boma what can chow we embezzle. Apart from one pay entitlement okay can win we embezzle. Why? President Mahama, why?
I don't want that me who boss save the judiciary demonstration no. I say. Fantastic lawyer Mesa.
Yeah.
Hey. What you nice wo? Oh, way too much. Oh, you brutal.
Na emu de ono no le be amaka de se ke ni fo. Se kuni. You will be of an asset.
Yeah.
Ya attraction. Say na ehwe mu na 2028. Ode yekasan yekafa na ba. And onye de ode yesan oye must. Because ozi ehwe parliament wa o ade bi e wo ye wo. Say yo nsem bia oye random and obi atum so kasa. Dem fi no work personal hygiene. Work ball on some na no ka ho. Na yo debatable issues with the budget. On woman other both sides were chosen no what do me speaker. And the speaker ofi ayagano da you know work minority hypocrite. Ofi minority hypocrite you know work majority work John Jinapo. Of John Jinapo you know work Abu Jinapo the man what they debate war. Always be he was part of people that were penning one name down because one are eloquent, because Najun Mebwe. because sabi or reason he can reason on his feet make a man say as
yes
pray assembly botum wa dwen ho asolve ni sisia now in there party big gurus we make a position na party bi pay fi wo podoko sekuna hu do ntoso no yes
I see.
Now do you hear the name of Sekendi in parliament? Do you hear the name of Sekendi on radio? When was the last time you heard the name of Sekendi?
I check.
A debatable issue. Where a member of parliament from Sekendi to go and sit there to debate. Remember time former member of parliament?
Yeah.
Not now. About to know onyazi bi ya to nkeke. No onyazi bi ya to ara. Sometimes ya to the brand itself, the name how we project our constituency crampo. Now, I have time there. Menshia new lawyer, young guy. Ever try not leading menshia.
Yeah.
Ever try not to tafo young guy. Listen. Ever try not to futu because I feel markings they be ojina.
That's right.
Every time that ya pekoso wo because John Jina po. Every time that dama wo. Every time that they be offense aye bi. Every it did they be eti across the country.
Want to be 101.3.
Asa. Now, nka na nka bati sekune. Now no, why am I so tree?
Anyway.
But save the demoya okoduya.
Save the judiciary.
Yeah. No demonstration away. And then as I sat here and said, Osi, Chief Justice, I am Bibiao. Moon Poda. Men who are men with TV about personally. The men who make share and other yards and ways of Comunda. Meaning near the men count and that. But did they also call demonstration? Bebrana. Who my men the one and said that. But the issue at hand in your day now. What are they doing? They did all that because of Yanumba and I Chimba. A celebrity to on ye. They did all that because of even the workers, judicial workers and Ankasano. They did that for them because a Chilebi no way to water there. Be senior bailiff. No, I'm there. I've been no opponent. Or the Yimpabi or the Abasaw. What do baby? No down a chief clerk and a senior clerk of a high court and a supreme court. No, I've been be able doing tea. No, you probably a draw on the onion vessel ahead of you. Judge be and a lawyer be and the enemy more as an ordinary lawyer. You can be appointed to the magistrate court and are there. How do you call it? The appeals court and are there. High court. Ebe ye juma aseva. Obodu baby na oden your appointment na ko wani mu no. No nam there and belong to any political party nti. Osi wa fam.
Yeah.
So that was the main motive. Wasn't for demonstration. We should save our judiciary. Not necessarily the Chief Justice and Kotin, but the judicial system. You don't want to wear you more as bailiffs, Anna.
That's right.
You've been yourself through the ranks. Well, rise through the ranks. I had you 20-something years as a bailiff. Where do they be chief bailiff? Also be in your office. One could say at no condition more. Car bojo what moment I can serve on Kofu won't fee. Wo clothing allowance and you will go to two. No political party be our poor. On them there, a criminal in the back, or you won't see, or no more ahead of you. So it's a whole judicial system that we are talking about.
Yeah.
High accountant or commercial court. Kwekuma High Court, commercial court for 11 to 12 years. I don't know there be a chief accountant. On them there, Osika where MPP. Osikani Niabi, Ewo Magistrate Court for Cape Coast. Na affiliation only to MPP. Oba one man do our there be chief accountant no and want one name as an account officer money be a chief accountant. This is what you were talking about. We should save the judiciary, not necessarily our judges.
Okay. Ibu yebeba President John Mahama ne 120-day social contract ne so expire ene na yetim yedi hu enkomo. We do the about say Oscar, good morning. If someone tells you Ghanaians have short memory and same person you vote for, then indeed sebe. Agree no from Wakiki edifri anaji enediwi ebaye edase. We say things are not moving on well. Let us pray for Ghana. NPP will bounce back strongly, especially special greetings goes to incoming regional women's organizer Augustina Nketia Sub-Zero edifia usieju ena wadiwe ebaye. We say Oscar, good morning. I want to know whether Muhammad was a pharaoh, hackings his heart, say I wasn't. Why, Mr. Imunao. The auction in Tiasi. We say, Oscar, good morning. I'm watching you live from Judicial. Oscar, you are working very hard past any TV or radio station presenter. Prophet Prince Charles, and I do a friend just where by Prophet Prince Charles, my nase, mama pai bono, and you can see your so why now attacks, you know, I know they. Where's Oscar? Don't you know that the man is a liar? That is President John Dramani Mahama. Anyway, where's Oscar? My name is Adams from Nkotomposi. Please, do you know that 24-hour economy is 419? And please, where is the Women's Development Bank? Because my mom is ready for a loan promised by John Dramani Mahama. Already or the buyer and no either sing. Saint Okushembo Erifikoyo Kromosi Oscar, good morning. The plan and the calculated attempt for President Mahama to go for another term is dead on arrival. President Mahama is very visionless to manage the affairs of the country. Or no idea what the ebaye, I don't know, ma nana sing. Where's Oscar? Your radio is off. Yeah, we know. The technicians are working on it. Ebeba, why? Kakuma to him. Ebeba. Where do you the aba? Nanaya anyway for new Takoradi. They will say, Oscar, good morning. I'm asking, where is our vice president? Anyway, and that's it. We was watching incoming national chairman of the NPP, Chairman Bernard Enchibo Siakum. Where say, Oscar, good morning. Only obechiae. Or say, Oscar, good morning. John Mahama can appoint all his family members or family members of Bafuboni to all top positions in Ghana. Still, Mahama will not be president forever. Frimpong Manso sends this one from Echim Esubua, where he say, leave John Dramani Mahama alone. He has performed better than President Adam Kufuado. Won't take Ghana Hambwa. MC Toma Udi. Toma Uniaka, Unyaku could drone Trunsum Hunu in Famaha. Toma Udi. Where do you have you say a friend Samuel Achodi Frasaman you say, I have previously stated and I shall restate without hesitation that during the 2024 elections campaign, Mahama, the then opposition leader, addressed his legal team, urging them to continue their diligent efforts. And upon his assumption of power, he would reward them with appointment as judges of the Supreme Court. Consequently, the removal of the Chief Justice should be viewed as a fulfillment of his campaign promises to his party faithfuls, rather than an unexpected development. This sets a disturbing precedent in Ghana's history, which, if left unchecked, will imperil our constitutional system. Moreover, it is worth noting that the current price of cement is 150 Ghana cedis. One idea, what Timmy Edebaye, and so I don't know. My earners, papa. We say, Oscar, good morning. Hey, NDC, this is too much. Which NPP was in power? Daily increase of goods and services. Bright, and I do a buy. Bright here, that's a papa. We say, Oscar, good morning. I say, Wafa, good morning. And then good morning to your team. Your team are very good. Like Sister Abna, she speaks very well. And Ochemaba, I say, they are not like Kantanka concert shouting group. Wafa, I'm watching you live from Amsterdam. My name is Mame Paulina. Wafa, more fire on Mahama. His incompetence is still here with us. Again, Ford, bribe, and again, Mahama will never change. Paulina Edway free Amsterdam, and the buyer. Yanchia Amsterdam phone and Anopay. Where you say John Mahama and his NDC party members must be monitored very, very well by the end of his tenure in office. Isaac Amponsa, Edifia Lembele, and Oduwe, and so a buyer. Anyway, messages in the doors, but my influence in Yanko Ibu Enchen. 120 days contract with the Ghanaian people. President John Dramani Mahama sa a year contract in a expire and ne. Yentio, do our team ediso. Near one team in of course, I no pay Aboboswa. And the major ones, you know, you kind of say ban on Galamsey. I say, say, or declare state of emergency. I say, you know, and Waberi Pele, LI 2462. I say 24-hour economy. Was it what first 120 days, you know, Waberi review taxes are a good imported vehicles so our memo has say. Ibu yentio sa de babo bosu nyina no won bo ho waye wontimi nyeye ade no so expire ene.
Osi.
Yes sir.
I think yesterday and a pair na me tell news item na my no mama so ya Osi 120 days of President Mahama no okay cameraman no we need to have no go no papa is a baller also ni Mr. ya also 120 days no on ogunechin or a baller. In other words, what the woman was trying to say is performance was abysmal. It's abysmal. Unkoye to the extent that we hadn't baller. Yo kroma ha. Osi.
Yes sir.
Oshayambo.
Yeah. Boshende bebrebe.
Oshayambo. Yes. Ebi wo ho a ye beka na wire kakra. They nominate within the first 14 days and complete the list of cabinet ministers. 14 days no why be. Yeah, no why be. You give credit to him. Number 2, constitute a lenient and most efficient government under the Fourth Republic in my first 90 days in office.
The order assembly one. Yeah. Order assembly hopa.
So I catch you there. You constitute the most lenient government. Okay, Oscar mama kan fanti. E ma me no ma wal hwe na tiefo wuti. Asene na ba ya abana. Hey, ye bekere osa. Won usa. Cry to the sender. Yen Ghana sika no obahwedi amen. Because sabanu usa na say effective. Uska samuso ebo ho bra mu so ana ozi because unso a uska samusa
yeah
undo so a na to Land Cruiser SP undo so a na ye nyama pi ana
yeah
okay now abana okay che hende osi obo obaye the most lenient and most efficient government.
Want to be 101.3.
Agencies or presidency in more agencies.
I'm saying.
I have 4
agencies.
Yes. Nana do danko akufado. Ne agencies all why na yebaka de enya ndisifo mo be press conference ku do ta black onom. Mo one task there abande 300 and I want to check the figure well for you. 390 something million cedis. Other presidency. Ma ndisifo a press conference one task there. Why they abandoned 327 million? The exact figure 327 million. 2024 year. All 8 agencies are and I will use as a budget for the office of the president. Abadan okay. I could tell you a press conference. The Demiscano what I'm a party for. Now, the agencies are abandoned. President Mama, yes, also form lenient administrations. We're reducing from 8 to 4. And she said, "Enka, oya 327 million last year. Not 8 agencies. There that before. And Kodo Yabadi. You find half of it.
Yeah, half of it. Yeah.
Now, we're reducing by 8. What about 4 agencies? We're reducing about 4 agencies. You know, as I'm talking to you, no, she cannot down from 327 million to 2.7 billion.
Yeah.
Also 2.7, actually it's gonna jump almost 700%.
It's a lame government with a fat stomach.
A fat stomach.
Abaye mu nipa ekitu abi nso no. Omo yo omode.
Wona numi one down. When you fly akekeka.
Jo mama abaye.
Want to be 101.3.
Minister of Information. The whole of 2024, one budget was 6 million Ghana cedis. No what to presidential communication. Lenient government too.
Yeah.
Appointment to why or presidential communication continue. We're almost 30. And the ones who switch a budget of 78 million. What I'm one. And say, what's that in the dancer? I tell you, some fee, you know, any fellows quite over. We're going to share these communicators. Yeah. And check this cover the one.
Yes.
What's the Busum Yaro Butu on call 1,500?
Yeah.
Ne, a Chusum Lion call 2.5.
When you cry, no, and yeah, the traditional radio communicators, woman go social media, no. One would diatemo. One of our phone will cost you. I'm making. And I'll coach you on Sakano. So, one will soon be 1,500. And your communicators. You. What's one hour from Walker? Why 1,200? And it times 1,500 by 1,200. That I are hand. Hey, ha, Kotobe Kuma Memu.
1,500 times 1,200. That I are hand.
Meba, me yaba. What they do? Come on.
No, yeah. Damn the Nasu, and you scored the morning. Woman, you could be 15,000 Ghana cedis.
Hey,
yes,
150 million.
Oh, man, you could be 15,000 Ghana cedis.
Man from Kwemwaya de.
Abba.
Yes.
I am
1.8 billion.
Only a manly steppers, no.
I the mouse.
What more? 1.8 billion.
Yeah.
And the teacher, Nukola. Teacher Nukola, I don't want the man. Wait him. And say, away. But the Miss Canon, and you would tell them a teacher scholar. As so, the Miss Canon become social media commentators, don't want some of Aruba. Messi, Sika what the more than the poor. Eba, we are Meso. Lenient government.
Yeah.
I know what catch and the OC. And Kettle, Nancha. Ewa, no pussy. I don't a presidency. Into a research or no the reason why I Kettle adults to a presidency. Honestly, almost 70 million.
Want to be 101.3.
Lenient government too. Almost 70 million. No one can research.
A so-called land government.
Enketo na do so presidency. Nto pro the way ana abedne wa aba ana various bi aba presidency o produce enketewa. Research 70 million. You kroma ho. Mo promise and number no be kokrowa. Kokrowa no be no so. Oba mesika samre bibiara why efficient ma. Ghana for yan 2.7 billion osi.
Presidency
nkwa.
We kra no say Nanado edikan e budget sika before first quarter no of the year.
Yes.
Et you know ye 3 months in free ho. Et you know 9 months no.
Aninye
e wo sika
2.7 no. Yes, media so.
Want to be 101.3.
Yes, media budget.
President John Mahama. Oh, but omanu yo amodo. Oh yes, wa mo na mo kire Ghana for kwan fa so di Ghana sika wo. Na MPP dia so agro bi no medi.
Aye be Ghana ye, you know what Bob say.
Ah, we bo agro bi no medi. We no mo cho say hwe, ye no ba bi o. E so called late government and ye sika ye kwase ye de be boy ho bra wa ban kese mu kura no. Esu kura chen. We bi ana ye friend say and ye fat government na emu nipa bebrebe. We sabi aburu. We ni mu. We ni. Yes.
Osi. Point number 5.
Want to be 101.
Because within 90 days. Obey COVID levy if you are.
Yeah.
COVID levy way if you are.
Only free way or say obey who adwuma in the next budget. That is next year, 2026.
But I promise you that within 90 days.
Yes.
Also that number 5.
Yeah. Obey year free.
Point number 5.
That is it.
Also obey COVID levy if you are.
Na COVID-19 ni Ghana ha biem.
Na COVID-19 ni you are.
Oni ma de kudinti ana na do. Eda so je COVID levy.
Now, but within 90 days. Obey. Number 5 on 120 days social contract. 90 days no upon one upon.
Upon the dada 120 days no kura na ewu ene.
Na COVID living way ya.
E da so ho.
E tie fo wo tie na for wo hwen che catch. Akuhwisama and this what did you tum. Number 6. As we did my first 90 days of office, I say review taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported into the country for industrial and agricultural processes.
That is it.
Number 6, we reviewer.
Onye hu adwuma ye.
We reviewer. Now the man out 90 days.
Yeah.
Also within 90 days, one can within the tenure of my office, within 90 days, he gave timelines.
Yeah.
Want to be 101.
Number 7. On the number when the people can no scar 1 year, Mrs. Someone. Number 7 no. On the one bobor mbebu no kroma. On the one matasa watching mbebu no kroma Oscar. Because number 7 that's in there. Commence drafting needed legal amendment and prepare for implementation the 24-hour economy policy under the office of the president. Commence drafting needed legal amendment and prepare for implementation. Policy documentation when? Osi.
Yay.
Policy documentation or when?
Just a horse gusitando.
It's a policy documentation abumpa. And then they are preparing to implement the 24-hour economy within 120 days.
Yeah.
In 220 days now. The policy documentation itself order for parliament for parliament to even glance through to ascertain the ampa or Hazard Tragane Sikayas obey ye no. And I area budgetary allocation in the media at the moment obey ye no. Yajatum Anna Awain. What's your way?
Nkoyi. Omo ho waye. And when I'm going to say Gusitando committee members, you know, one more are constitute another subcommittee. And I'm saying, I don't know. Me share news item about my me hunu me the babatum. Me when I'm saying, just anyway.
Osi, man didn't tell you there. I want to emphasize. And I'm putting me general mo board the ye there, Osi. I want to tell you there. Oma mbebun pinye hope in NDC. That NDC mo work kanye there say edwuma osaima anapofu ye wako anawo edwuma SCM anapofu ye wako 8 to able 2 no obopon nti yimpa 100 na wo edwuma SCM a dam 8 to anapo able 2 opona another yimpa 100 oboko from 2 to 8
yeah
nti oro from 400 shem ana na from 8 and to anapa 6 no another 100 so abedwuma.
That's right.
And some mbebuni nya shem the SCM nkotin po so we 100 or so for yimpa 200 account. And the land commission so we 500 or for yimpa 1000 account.
That's
1005.
Yeah.
And a better net registry. So we put 200 or check about for 500 account. Into within second constituency another metropolitan nkotin. And more from we do account almost 2000.
Yeah.
And to body more from one hopes. See now 120 days now. And can't tell over to over stipulate over your name for someone to append the signature on it. Yes, this is a document. Yeah, we are. I've been to my shadow. Na media will allocate the fund time. I start to be, wine.
Am I?
Anyway, after building the hopes of the youth, I can amass me on page 84 of your budget, and that is there. This year, M4 so the 24-hour economy is a hoax.
Yeah.
The 24-hour economy, no. I am Busramaka. Fancy Bessy, I am Busramaka. Okay, that damn baboon. Because someone can that damn baboona. And could be as in there. A Jumacol. Ever one trade shift was the same way information. Other Champions League go Porto. Only been able to Ghana. Nesse, what I couldn't know. Every year, I budget for the year and addition that this year for be with you. So, what are you trying to tell the youth? What are you trying to tell us? Now, Oscar, hey, ma, ama, mbebuni pi na ma mefu pi won gbefu nye de. Enso mo ka che he no. Onyo no ready do. Number 10. Also implement the no academic fee policy for all first year students in public tertiary institutions, university, colleges of education, nursing training, etc. My cousin, our NMTC had it. If you want Besides, of course, we go to school fees. We try admission for IBBA. Besides, no, I find that man.
Almost money.
What about that?
Sir, I think there's a get fund, those scholarship.
There's a huge discrepancy between launching a program and implementing it.
Oh, yes, for that one, yeah, it is clear.
They've launched it. Yeah. Have you implemented it?
No.
Where is the seed capital? Is there any budgetary allocation for it? You can launch it. Madam, hey, Oscar, you radio station. Hey, Avalanche radio station. Oh, market circuit. The radio we frequency obey the would be our in.
Want to be 101.3.
What's he? And to them first years, I did okay the Walanchi. Honestly, another problem. But from our way, you some the local schooler and consider abano another button there when you some there. Abandon for first year, our hin. And more from our consul about to knock at the bossa. And the student loan trust fund applications so go.
Okay, what about the first student loan trust fund? So
applications for Oguompo Amba. Now, Osi, my otre my minimum nusunum. My wife, as I'm talking to you, is a
Women's Development
Bank. Oh no, my hin for 15 hours a day. And your number 15, allocate seed money for the establishment of Women's Development Bank. Tell you, one can't change there. Women's Microfinance, and now Rural Bank, Women's Development Bank, and Ghana had they. Obianum the inside a established bank, you need 400 million dollars.
Yeah.
As a seed capital. Then you look for branches, another office space. Also, any sikana adding your office space across the 16 regions. So I don't know whether you are doing it regional based. There's a best established bank and war. Takoradi. No beefy. Broad here. Or for Kala matching about you loan thousands cities were happening. Another one for district offices. How much was allocated for the Women's Development Bank?
50.8 million.
51.8 million.
51.8 million. Yeah.
In the Bank of Ghana books to establish a microfinance, you need 50 million.
Yeah.
Let me assume without admitting that, okay, they've shifted their argument towards a microfinance. When you get a seed capital of 50 million, the 1.3 or 1.8 million left, how can you establish offices across the 275 constituencies?
Okay, it's
ever from one way, Jumoma, Obutum, added the Muscane for how many months?
Okay.
And the mamma fully said the Women's Development Bank in Upobaya. As in the Niska at the Koye Women's Development Bank at the 50 million Anna. Now, Oscar, they've gotten 292 million to go and buy sanitary pad.
Yeah.
292 million to go and buy sanitary pad.
Very good government.
Yes, misplaced priority. Yeah, my minimum one. You mentioned now, well, someone but there. 1 2 abamong. Not to be one team that President Mama alone made a Juma. What to one team across the constituency? Mama constituency for the be a campaign war.
Okay.
Otto Kofu one team or 2 abamong. Oscar. Ebaya, 1. The seed capital and 2 1. Elia, my phone roll from Brighton on Aroba. 1 so 2. I catch a hand there. And you can establish mum. Now, maybe 292 million. And I got a pad ammo from her. Pardon so time from an on the will be so day. Oscar, last month, a more call more demonstrate this month to say. Next month, pardon, what can you want to
last month or Momba. Well, last month, no call and see you.
I like you. No,
Busumi Wayne or better pardon.
One lunch.
No.
One may be no more damage to see. Which mamma be no mamma be say. Could baby one. One more, one. May you find out 2 be 2 on video.
I tell Busumi way so.
Busumi so, more from one business straight.
You want to know 120 days, you know, Nina and Kel.
It's a failure.
It's a failure.
Mama government, it's a failure.
And I'll be addressing Ghana for 120 day social contract.
We told Ghanaians that.
To be 101.3.
President Mama say or short memory. And Ghanaians one manifesto.
Yeah.
Ghana for Nankasa one, Papa Nasimo care there. Join you the woman to car. 8 years, you be free there. I've been behind me at the light in 8 years. Into honor about you to know what chain or short memory. No, you're not back to do so. And I'm also watching or short memory. I've been with me a light of me 8 years. On them, there's you, President Mama, say, and I do 20. You have to have me back to do so.
Okay. Ibu yade enkomo nyina na besi ase ma ye na se papa pa se utimi ebaye ye na production team na se papa pa me ba chew don premutu ahia na se wane o chema ba omo de wuntumi premutu breka se ebo ebeba no na bo ahia o chema ba o mane puntuo wo de ebebre nyame adoma wo chena no pa ye chena sisi nkonwa ye ne member of parliament for Afia constituency honorable lawyer Isaac Yabu amanya akon ebedi eye enkomo e ofia ase yeah exactly 8 am ochina obeba fia na ye na di nkomo ibu
abehu yogati ni bakul
okay
na so good also shop papa
right
na ochia oske
mejere so pa
I send a message pa we try picture pa send
I see abeku yanso ya chi ya da se o hwe right ya na production team na say Yaro thank you Ochemaba, thank you. Abna, thank you. Kelly, thank you. Sammy, thank you. Midini Osikani Frimpong Manso. Metena mu de ma eye Spanky.
Yeah, Spanky also.
Woro no. Kaje nse me Ghana kakra. Spanky.
Anya Spanky.
Yes, Spanky was saying. Okay.
Yes, Spanky or Rick.
Oh,
okay. On the day, I action boy.
Oh, Spanky, I'm just Spanky. Spanky, I want Rick.
Or Max Road.
Very well. Spanky, Michiao. And I'm going to back on what I used to.
Action.
Oh, no, I have vagabond. But Spanky, wait, yeah, what can I action man? Action man, Spanky. I don't pay it. I was, yeah, Paul, and I say, I don't be doing it now. What's the best? Good morning.